Last time on Wild West, The Reckoning. The Spirit Chasers, having found themselves at a wonderful concert that was prefaced by their first group, Holy Fuck. There was a great phenomenalness that was displayed to the audience there. And shortly thereafter came in not Thorin, who they had suspected would be the individual participating in said concert, allegedly. But it was a fan, a cover band, so to speak, at Thorin Oakenshield. Their friend Aaron, nowhere to be found. Festivities ensued, and shortly later on, many beautiful women began to hit on the individuals within the group. These women, perhaps ladies of the night, revealed themselves to be succubitches, and they attempted to kidnap Marcus Dean and end the others' lives. However, the Spirit Chasers were triumphant. And that was about the extent of the entire session, and that's where we're going to pick up the next morning after said encounter. Ayo.
We could not hear the music bot.
Yeah, I realized that like almost immediately.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
But you stuck to the voice.
Yeah.
All that really mattered. It was the intention.
Exactly. I'm curious why it didn't play though. Quite frustrated the bot had the nerve to join to not even play my fucking music.
It was already in the channel, though.
Was it really?
Yes.
Oh, that might be why. Hold on. Let me do something real quick. I want to see if it'll actually play it now. I'm not redoing it, obviously, but... Oh, so now you want to work. Fucking son of a bitch, I ought to whack you when I first
might
fucking
as well
seen
just
you.
redo the whole intro.
Alright, last time on Wild West, the red...
Quick, cut it off because this will definitely get my copyright.
Yeah, hold on. Wait, I don't think it's reached 30 seconds yet. Okay. Alright, so, after your encounter with these fiendish ladies of the night, proceeded back to Granny Smith's and or your respective locations in the case of Mary, and you had your long rest. This is the dawn of, I believe this is Sunday now, and you know that around noon that the Lanza family, as they are known, aka Parms people, will be holding a meeting on what to do about this foreign Yakuza that has started to, what's the term, edge in on their turf and essentially steal business from them. Which you all have been invited to for your gracious undertaking of scouting out these individuals.
May I say something?
Sure.
Jarvis woke up early that morning and headed to the forge and began working on something.
Walter's already there working on something.
He's working on something next to you.
Very well.
Jarvis is essentially forging a rune-covered blunderbuss.
Oh, okay.
This here will allow me to fire several projectiles at once over a greater range than ever before. And the cool factor is it only needs one bullet.
Got yourself an infinity bow. Nice.
No. I got me a this.
Does it have power too?
Ah, new spell. Very cool, very cool. Good flavor.
Snap.
Yeah, somehow Bruce knows what the Infinity Bow is, despite Aaron never having told him of Minecraft.
Yeah.
Bruce is dead asleep.
Yeah. He just said it in his sleep for no reason.
Infinity bow.
Infinity bow.
Hold on. So yeah, so while you guys are working at the forge, everyone else is maybe still asleep. There's still some
Well,
there's still some time in the day.
I believe we all see Mary if they're sneaking into the area. Unless they're just rolling stealth to roll stealth.
The weird
Yeah,
thing about that is that GM is 100% clicked.
I've had that happen before.
This is a test roll to see if GM even works for me anymore. Nope.
Nope.
What if I have it on
Oh,
public?
Let me see if my thing's working.
maybe try reloading your page.
Yeah, I'm gonna reload.
Yeah, yours is
See,
working, Jarvis.
that works.
That's strange.
Bruce is good.
alright, cool.
That's a phenomenal charisma check, by the way. That's insane, despite the negative modifiers. That's a good intellect check from Walter. Nope,
No, it's
still
still
public.
broken.
Well, fuck. Try a slash GM roll. See if that works.
What is this /GR?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I guess just roll me a d20, see if that even, because if it's just busted, then... Okay, so that comes through to
Well, that
me.
worked.
Alright, so I'll say,
It's weird.
while you guys are working, you're very absorbed in your task. So, if your character, for whatever reason, would be keeping an eye out, you may make the perception check, but I'll just say that it's a disadvantage because you're trying to juggle multiple things
there
at
would be
once
no
or some shit like
reason
that.
for Walter to be suspecting anyone sneaking up on him or anything like that because, well, he trusts everyone. So, like, even if someone comes in, it's not a huge deal.
Well, of course, he has fucking Zeus and Helfreen. Yeah, Helfreen doesn't.
It's literally part of their job.
Yeah, so I would say Zeus would notice something a distance out, but it's not something that seems to be cause for concern. Like he's kind of like lounging down next to you near the forge, and he just kind of briefly raises his head, looks over in that direction, and then he just kind of puts his head back down on his arms.
I will look over in that direction as I am mid carving his rune into the barrel.
What's your passive?
I think a 13.
Yeah, just I mean, figured. You see what looks to be a humanoid shape, some distance out. I don't have an exact distance in mind, but a ways away from the property towards like the tree line.
Did they seem to be approaching the property?
Essentially.
I look over to my fellow engineer in training.
It's set to always whisper now, and it still doesn't whisper.
What the? Your sheet's broken.
Hold on.
I get Walter's attention and point out the approaching person.
Oh,
Well, this is your
that's
granny,
off that
so
old Mary sheet I have, which is completely empty. Try it now, Bean. See if it does something. Because I set that one to GM.
Okay, let me
That
It
is.
works now.
Yep.
What the fuck?
Very
Yep.
strange.
Were you
Okay, so
able to
can
see
I
it?
public roll if I
No, I didn't
switch
see
it
it.
back?
didn't see it either.
I just set this sheet that is completely
If I go to public
blank.
now, Beck,
It doesn't?
it doesn't. He's still on GM.
Do it again.
This is so weird.
What
Oh
the
no, that's
fuck?
public.
Roll 20. Roll 20 is drunk.
Why do I control your GM? Oh,
Can you take Beck off of my...
Yeah, okay. I thought I had. Hold on, let me
I mean, I have access to a completely blank sheet named Mary. I don't know
Huh.
what's up with that.
Yeah, it's because not everything had been fully made. Hold on. So take Walter off. That might be what's glitching it out. Okay. And let me just make sure. I gotta
GM
go through
roll.
some of these other ones.
Public roll.
Okay, that should only be... Matt should only have access to the Pegasus. Okay. I think everything is... should be fixed now. Wait, did you say GM for the first one, public roll for the second one?
Yeah, no, it did GM for both. I know how to do it now that Beck told me. I have to change it on this other sheet. I think. So if
That's
that's
weird.
yeah. I have to change it on this other sheet. So okay. So I guess would I notice them noticing me?
We're looking at you.
You
So,
said you pointed out to Walter, and Walter, like, which direction
Yeah.
is this figure coming from?
um,
Like, from the house or from just the empty field?
so this way is more empty. This way begins to become more forested. I guess kind of like how it is here. So it's from down this direction. So that'd be south.
No, is it? Are they coming from where the house where the house is relative to the forge, or just from a direction
Yeah, they're coming towards the house. Yeah,
towards the house? Okay.
yeah. Mary, make me. No. I think passively you'd probably notice if they have taken notice of you.
Travis, that might be one of the the guards. The maybe that elf guy who
Well,
like really sneaky, but he's going on break right now or something.
you see Mary
Okay.
hold. You see a green jacket being held up.
That's not the elf guy.
Should we be wary?
I
Or
don't
do
know.
you
Would it
want
be
to
a good time
approach
for
them
me
and
to
try to
test
be
these?
courteous?
Walter takes out the little things he's been tinkering on and slips them onto the back of his shoes and outfolds little wings.
Where'd you get those?
I've been picking up scraps from our adventures, and a while ago when Helfreen got hit by something, I picked up a bit of Helfreen's damaged material, and I was able to
Remaining
make
bits.
these wings.
Wing boots.
So yeah,
Nice.
Walter will head
But
outside, click his boots, and start flying towards this figure.
remember, they have a time limit.
I know.
Immediately falls because they haven't been able to recharge.
Um,
I stopped. I'm just holding up a green jacket.
all right. So eventually, you would get close enough to perceive that this is a feminine form, and then closer enough still to recognize Mary and see that she is holding a green
Is
jacket.
it Aaron's jacket?
It is the camo jacket.
Walter kind of like freezes in the air a bit, and then continues on, but like he kind of starts reaching for the pitchfork.
Do I see him reach for a pitchfork?
Yeah, I imagine he keeps it like on his
Yeah,
back
it's
or
on his back.
something. Yeah, you see him like
Jarvis
grab it.
will holster the short little blunderbuss and flex out his blade since his bag of holding is in his tower and move outwards.
Okay.
But you'd also see has a big like the best I can describe it is like Santa Claus style sack draped over one of the shoulders.
Brilliant.
That seems to be have quite a bit of stuff in it.
Walter will, when he gets close, like within like 10 feet or so, he'll kind of come to the ground and skid to a stop, and kind of like not point it at Mary, but like kind of like hold it in front of his pitchfork. Why do you have that? Where did you get that jacket?
You sent me to look for your friend
Oh, Walter puts the
just last night.
lowers the pitchfork.
This looks like the jacket that the one running at me with a gun described in his picture.
Walter turns and looks at Jarvis.
Jarvis is trailing behind with
Put that
laid
gun
out and
down.
now shield and laid out and shield unfolding. My gun's not with me.
Oh. Yeah, put
Well,
those away.
the one running at with the sword.
Oh, as flicks the wrist, blade goes in, shield goes away.
I must have missed that part. Did Aaron say anything?
Not as such. And I'll put down the bag and open it.
Inside, you. No.
Inside
His
you
corpse.
see, no. You see a horn, a banjo. I mean, a mandolin. Um,
A cornucopia.
Stuff.
yeah, a lot of stuff.
That's all of Aaron's things.
You got about 30 seconds to explain why you have this.
Something you would recognize as his torch. His flameless torch.
He wouldn't. This
Okay,
stuff.
now you got 20 seconds to explain why you have this.
This was in the woods, along with quite a large pile of ash.
Oh boy.
What?
Um,
Inside the jacket, mostly.
could you?
You would notice that the jacket, upon just a cursory glance, does seem rather ashen on the inside of it.
Can you?
What happened?
Can you take us to where you found it?
I can. Do you want to get the rest of your
Yes.
friends?
Oh my God! Walter just takes off flying towards the house.
Jarvis literally was contemplating doing like a little shot in the air just to wake everyone up.
Oh boy,
But stops himself.
let me have very bad.
Jarvis is just gonna stay there and look over what remains of Aaron's spoils.
I would say, not that you were personally aware of like every single object that belonged to Aaron, but many of the objects that you knew him to have that he would have shown you, it seems like basically everything's there.
Question: is his phone there?
Yeah.
The phone is not there.
Oh no, it's not. Right. Yep.
Just hypothetical. Just this might answer a few things for Anton. Are any of his things indicating that he came from a future timeline there? Besides
I said the
jacket?
The flashlight was there.
the flameless torch, aka the flashlight.
Yeah, which I think
Okay.
he had shown to Jarvis.
I've used it quite a few times, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
because that's the solar powered one.
And then also the future rations, and it's not like he hasn't openly said things about another place and another time.
I know.
His watch would be there.
What kind of watch?
I don't think we ever said a brand, but it's a
it's
quartz watch.
Yeah, it's a Casio G-Shock.
So I'd say, is it a digital watch or is it like a classic?
Digital analog hybrid. Because I
It's
feel like
actually one of
that's
those
something he'd have.
atomic. It's one of those atomic analog watches.
Oh yeah, it runs off of the little tritium battery.
Yeah, the one that syncs up to the atomic clocks every so often.
Yeah.
How does that work in?
It just
doesn't, I'm
hasn't been
guessing.
sunk in a while.
It continues working. It just doesn't sync.
Yeah.
But no one's adding leap seconds in this time.
As well as what? Well, you haven't been here since what would have been daylight savings time, would you?
I wonder if it
No.
would even sync that.
Well, there's no computer to tell
Across
it.
time and dimensions.
Yeah, but it's not the
Yeah,
that's not really a
I
sync
can't
thing because
imagine
like
that
it.
he came back to the same second and hour just in a different year.
Yeah. Well, no, it wasn't the same time. So the date would be. Well, he would have fixed the date because you can adjust the date. I think it's just
Yeah.
the time that syncs on an atomic watch.
Yeah.
I'm not rich enough to own an atomic watch, but I know people that have had them.
I think you're right though. But yeah, so I imagine Walter would hurriedly run into the house and begin awakening all of you from your slumber, Ed included, who would probably just be fucking.
Yeah, and then the other two future things that are in there is the insulated sleeping bag and the fancy backpack,
Okay.
hiking backpack.
Walter, what are you yelling about?
Aaron's dead.
What?
Come on.
All right, I'll follow him.
What? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, this is amazing. Oh shit, that's serious. Marcus, get up.
Marcus better feed the baby.
Now here's the question: is Marcus
Quack.
laying on top of Ed or under Ed?
You're
'Cause
not
Ed
there
rolled
to
over.
know.
No, I'm asking from a comedic standpoint.
Canonically,
He always is on top.
he sleeps on top of Ed, so Ed probably would have just shifted to the left or to the right to slide Marcus off to wake him up.
Oh, that'd be okay. It's funny to think that he just slid off and smacks on the floor.
He does go feed the bird though.
Very well. You see the bird sort of chilling. At this point, it's taken like a bunch of random objects from within the house, and Granny doesn't seem to mind because they're mostly just like objects that haven't had use in a while. And it definitely seems like she provided it with some twigs and such, and like the remains of an old broom. And it's basically constructed like a little nest, and it just like opens its eyes, the left one first, then the right one. Its eyes adjust, and then it looks at you and it goes, "Eep, cheep, cheep, eep."
That's a deep sounding bird.
And then it just
It's a
opens
big
its
bird.
mouth.
Wait, has it? Oh God, has it
Quack.
Does it what?
Has it grown?
It has not grown by much, but it's been what, like 3 days since it's hatched, so it hasn't grown significantly.
Because
But it's
that was
gotten.
the sound you were making before. That's why I ask.
No, it was. Yeah, I thought I did. Eep.
No,
eep,
you're going.
cheep, cheep. Oh! That's what it makes when you feed it.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what it makes when it needs to eat, like when it's starving, like when it first came out of the egg. It was like.
okay.
He doesn't seem to be starving though, because whether you've been doing it yourself, because you're the only other one to do it, you think maybe Granny's definitely been feeding the bird.
Not even feeding a giant bird.
I just imagine Granny Smith is just going in there with like a plate full of food and just like taking like the fork and just like putting it in its mouth.
You have been noticing the last
Granny
two
has no
nights.
fear.
Granny has no fear. You've been noticing like the last 2 nights since the bird has hatched that dinner has been particularly mushy. It's been something that's been like more easily eaten and digestible by someone who does not possess teeth, and maybe you didn't consider it at first because you're like, oh, she's old, she's probably missing a couple of teeth, she might have to gum some stuff, but then you remember that she had a nice set of pearly whites on her, and now you're making the connection that she might have definitely been making food that
Or-
the bird could eat.
Go on a limb here. Perhaps the food's for a bird.
Yeah. Perhaps the food is for a bird, not for Granny herself.
Okay, so I end up getting the food for the bird and I start feeding the bird.
Very well.
Walter's no longer flight. He's
after-
only used like 2 minutes of flight.
Okay.
After I feed El bird and pat head and say love you,
It nudges your hand with its head lovingly.
very good. Do you think I have imprinted on the bird?
What a question. Considering that it acknowledges your existence and is nice to you, probably.
Okay. After taking care of child, I go out to investigate.
I go out to investigate. Very well, you go outside with the gathering members of your group.
He announces it as he's walking out too.
He goes, yeah, I go out to investigate.
Hold on.
You gotta make sure the child knows where you're going.
Walter, what's wrong?
Aaron's dead!
Walter died.
Oh, can't believe Walter died.
What?
Damn,
He said
unbelievable.
Aaron died, and Jarvis is over there. So I think we should
Did you not hear
kind of
me?
hurry.
Did I not- What?
No, we.
No,
no.
Oh, there's
not
back.
going
I said,
through.
Aaron's dead!
What? What happened? How do you know?
He's Ash!
He's what? How do you know it's his Ash?
Mary has his things and he's Ash!
we start running over. Or
Also, due to paranoia,
Walter was already
Jarvis will
running.
see. We'll
go
also
out to
read
investigate.
the body language of Mary to see if she's lying.
Okay, make an insight check.
Dumb question. Can you or not insight? Can you identify Ash?
Not really.
No. You'd.
I
The
didn't think
only
so.
thing that I could think of. You know what? Make a medicine check
Arcana?
for me.
Sure.
Dylan, I'm going to slash. Did we decide slash GR did work earlier?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
did seem to
I'm
be
gonna
working
do that just in
indefinitely.
case.
Marcus,
Well,
you
the
would
ash isn't
know.
there. No, the ash is. I mean, there's like the dirtiness on the jacket, but the ashes was back where she's gonna lead y'all.
I would say if Jarvis yeah, so say like basically you probably would have stepped out of the woods and that essentially like you're kind of a little bit more out towards the open area so like everyone can see you and they're approaching now. So Marcus, you would know that ash is not something that's like easily identifiable. However, if there's enough of it, maybe you could attempt to cast, what is it, Speak with Dead?
No, you need a head
No.
to speak with dead.
Oh, you need the head? Really?
Yeah, you need a.
Yes.
Oh,
you need
I'm
a
stupid.
functioning mouth.
Disregard that. Oh, that's.
Like,
Oh,
if you have
okay.
a skull
Actually, yeah,
without
that
a
makes
jaw,
sense.
It won't work.
Oh, all right. So
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
so
of course.
disregard what I said.
Have him-
You know it's incredibly difficult, and that you would have to find something within the ashes that like belonged to him, like maybe like if he ever had like a golden tooth or something like that. But otherwise, if he didn't, it's really hard. Jarvis, body language wise, she seems just as freaked as you guys. Like, you know, it's like, oh shit, I went to go look for this guy. He's dead. Like, you know, so.
yeah, I was gonna do that, Jarvis. Once we finish looking at the scene.
Flashbang.
So it was Mary that discovered it. Or it was Walter.
Yeah.
It was Mary. Walter was told by
Oh, okay.
Mary,
Mary.
was there a letter or something by the body?
How do you know this is Aaron's, Mary?
I mean, it's the jacket from the picture that
Yeah.
your friend here gave me last night. Gesturing at Jarvis. I mean,
Did
I'm
you check
just
the
going from that
pockets?
picture. If you don't think that if you don't think this stuff is his, I was just going from the picture I was given.
No, I get it. I get it. This fucking sucks.
Mary, did you check the pockets?
Um, Dylan, did I check the pockets?
Oh my god, I'm muted. I'm sorry.
There
I
he
don't know if
goes.
you'd like rummage through a dead man's things. You don't strike me as the type too, so I don't.
I would say that you have not checked the pockets. No.
No,
Do you mind
no,
if
I didn't. It's
Do you mind if I look?
Of course. Looks like his bag and his backpack seems to have quite a few pockets as well.
I'll check the jacket. Someone else can check the bags and goodies.
Jarvis has already been looking over them, trying to make neat little piles.
Marcus gets on his knees and he starts to pray.
Walter's just panicking.
So Bruce, just for like a thorough, because this, while you're like you've seen Aaron wear the jacket, it's not clothing that is akin to the times. You're not familiar with it. It's not
Yeah.
going to be a crazy high DC, but could you make me an investigation check, please? Okay. So, as you're going through the jacket, you notice on the inside where a good majority of the ashes, there's like an inner, seems almost like a, how would I describe a zipper to someone that doesn't know what a zipper is? It
What
looks
the
like
heck
almost
is
like
this
this.
metal thing?
It's this
Alright.
like
Something with
it looks like
chains.
two pieces of metal that are sort of like jagged and interlocked into each other with like these small little teeth, and this tiny little thing up towards the top that no, it wouldn't be like a soda can tab. Maybe a can tab? No, cans didn't have that yet either. We'll just say like a little metal loop.
Okay. Well, I'll pull down on this loop doohickey.
All right, and it'll kind of make like a little noise as you unzip it, and you reach inside, and inside you would feel what feels like paper.
I'd rip it out as quick as possible and look at it.
Okay, there's a folded piece of parchment, and as you unfold it, you'd see in Aaron's handwriting, "I was cursed to die the 5th time I walk out a door. Anyone I told of this curse before dying would also be cursed. I'm sorry, friends. Please find my grandpa." Signed, Aaron Siegel Hemeyer. Jesus Christ, I always say that wrong. Hemeyer? Hemeyer.
He-Mayor.
Just
Hemeyer.
cursed.
What could inflict a curse that powerful?
And it had to have been recent because he's been through many doors with us.
Can I detect magic on that?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna cast it at level 2.
I don't
Oh,
think
yeah?
it makes a difference.
Are you all
Detect
cursed now?
magic is not a spell that scales.
Oh, it
Yeah,
is. Okay.
yeah, it's not as well as girls.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
thinking
ritual.
spell magic. Okay, yeah, alright. So I cast. Do I feel anything from Ash?
You're. Hold on, because I'm trying to see. Bean, did you would Aaron have left anything within the jacket, like any of his magic items or anything like that?
Well, see, most of his magic items were.
Oh, they were already
I
in
mean,
the sack?
yeah, I mean, like his the mandolin was in the sack. There'd be a couple stones with magic around them, probably, like in the jacket.
Right.
His Sneeple rock would be there for sure.
Yes.
His
Sneeple.
The
Sneeple rock.
Sneeple detector.
So yes, you would detect some magic coming from the jacket.
Okay, but the ash is not magical.
No.
So, if a curse was on someone, would you be able to detect anything from a curse?
Detect magic doesn't reveal curses. Even identify doesn't necessarily detects curses.
Oh shit. Okay.
Like,
Yeah, and
that's why cursed items are so scary, because even if you identify them, some curses hide from identification.
Hell, even the act of identifying it could curse you, like it did Soccer with that knife.
Oh, can that actually happen? Oh, I did
Remember
not know
that
that.
dagger? That would
Oh,
stick
that's
to you?
right. Yeah, that's right. That's
Remember
right.
that gumball that made me? It's not a curse item, but I consider it because my mouth expanded.
Okay. May I go into the pockets?
sure. It seems like Bruce kind of did that already, though. But yeah.
All right. What do I find?
Some loose change, probably.
Crap.
Yeah, some loose coppers.
What look like really small
How big were
coppers.
the vials of giggle juice? How big were the things of giggle juice? Was it like a full bottle or what?
Kind of more like call it like not the same like width as one, but like flask size in terms of height.
Okay, so in one of the pockets, there'd probably be one of the vials of. There'd be a vial of giggle juice.
A Baja Blast left.
All right. Marcus just looks, but he doesn't take any of it. Perhaps all the items that are here with his jacket should be left with him in his new resting spot.
Well, shall we? Do you want me to take you to where I found these?
Yes.
Yes.
And I will lead them into the woods.
The world. Okay.
While we're
We picked
walking
up
there,
his ashes and shit, right?
While you're walking there.
yeah, while we're walking there, can I like kind of step away from the group and cast sending
Sure.
to Aaron, and I'm also out of the corner of my eye watching Mary, because I don't know, Bruce is a little suspicious that she's able to find it, to see if there's a reaction as I'm making a sending, like almost as if something's being whispered in her ear, and he's gonna say, Aaron, I'm hoping this was all a big joke. We all miss you. You don't have to come back. Just want to know you're okay.
Okay. You send the message. And you don't hear anything back. You're not even really sure if it went through, but you didn't hear anything strange from like all the previous times that you've sent sending. So as far as you're concerned, you think it might have gone through. A few moments later, as you're keeping your eyes towards Mary, it seems as if all of a sudden she seems really dizzy, and she kind of like begins to clutch her head and fall over onto one knee with like her other hand holding on to the tree. You see her face racked with pain.
Mary, are you all right?
She'd probably be like trying to talk, but couldn't right then until it fades. If it's that bad of a pain.
Marcus, can you do anything here? Mary's in a lot of pain.
Yeah, let me see what I can do. He goes up to Mary, and let's see, what can I use? I'm gonna use Healing Word on Mary.
Okay.
I'm gonna use this, so 1d4 plus my spellcasting modifier.
Did that pain wreck Mary's head right after the spell finish?
He did
Well,
step away.
I mean, only Bruce
so
knows
we don't
how
know.
the spell.
Oh, okay, then never mind. Never mind.
Yeah. I will say that it did seem like it was a few moments after, but you've never when I'll say because Bruce has received sending from Marcus before.
Yeah.
You have never experienced pain from anything like that. So you think that it's unrelated. You watch as this healing divine light begins to sort of wash over her, and it does seem to soothe whatever it was that caused her this immense and terrible pain. You watch as like the furrow in her brow disappears, and she sort of like relaxes and is able to catch her breath, and then she stands back up.
The second awful headache in the last couple days.
Second. What was the first?
A couple days ago, I was just in the city. Anyway, we're almost there. Thank you for helping alleviate that.
Yeah, no problem at all.
You have any idea what could have caused that?
You can make a medicine check.
Who, me or it's the?
Well, yeah, you, because you're saying if you
Okay.
would have any idea what might have caused that.
Oh well, I meant to ask.
I
If
can,
she
I,
had any idea.
Are you ask? Sorry, I
Yeah.
don't mean to rude. It's just it's difficult sometimes because like
Yeah, no. I'm sometimes I'm bad at conveying the freaking gesture there. Anyway, I was asking. You have any idea what could have caused that?
I don't know. I never remember having anything like that before a couple days ago.
Anything funny?
What'd you ask?
Eat anything funny?
I think he means like anything strange happened within the
No.
past couple days.
Yeah.
No,
no.
no.
No, I'm asking
Oh, he
if
said
you ate
eat
any.
anything funny.
Yeah.
I
Is my
I ate some
microphone coming in clear?
clownfish.
Oh, a little bit.
Okay.
No, I mean nothing other than the stuff at the um Oktoberfest last night. Some
Mary,
sausage and pretzel.
if it's okay with you, Mary, would you let me look you over one more time?
Maybe we should see what's going on with your friends where I found his stuff first.
I
That seems like a
insist.
more pressing issue.
I'm very concerned.
Okay.
Okay.
If the rest of you are okay with that, I'm sorry for holding you up when I'm
No,
trying to
it's-
take you there.
Not at all. Not at all. I just want to make sure everyone's okay. Can I roll a medicine check?
Robert,
Knowledge from past life.
roll that d6.
16. I'll take it.
How many days
Um,
ago did you say you had that headache like that before?
Couple days.
And when did we last see Aaron?
No, it's got to be 3 or 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
So around the same time.
that's it. It's actually been like what exactly 2 days since you guys have seen Aaron because
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I
2
thought.
days.
No, because let's see here. What's the timeline? Yesterday was Oktoberfest. The day before was
You know, it was
Yeah,
The
there was
raid.
3, I think.
Yeah, it had to be
Yes,
because he was
it's been
still there
3.
for the baby.
Yeah, so yeah,
It's been
3
3
days.
days.
I mean, I wouldn't say 3 days
The
is a couple
dawn of
days.
the it at dawn today. It was 3 days because he showed up for the baby and then said he was going to die when he walked out the door.
Mary, if you don't mind me asking, how'd you find the jacket?
Yeah.
I had asked around with some of the other like what's the bard word in this universe?
Minstrel.
I think I said troubadour.
Troubadour.
I think it could.
Some of the other troubadours, and they said they had seen him wandering into the woods a few nights ago. So I went looking. I stumbled upon it.
Oh, sorry.
Bearing that.
So with the medicine, you're essentially just trying to see like what could have caused this, basically, or like if she's okay, or
Probably
is
just
it
like
like
a
a
basic
general?
medical exam, checking the eye pupil
Aladir.
dilation, fever, stuff like that.
It doesn't seem to have a fever or anything, but I would say with your general medical knowledge, you're very proficient in it. You got a fucking 9 to the roll. You've heard of, I don't know, like how well versed at this time period people would have been with like migraines and shit like that, but you have heard of people having migraines, and she is a woman, and you have heard of women having terrible headaches slash migraines associated with their periods sometimes. So that potentially could be it. You're not sure. My college roommate, his aunt had that. She had such chronic migraines during her period. She had to smoke weed. It was like the only way she'd get through like existence. But yeah, so
Makes sense though.
Dylan.
Yeah, I see what you're
What-
posting. What are you saying, and to whom?
Who you think, and are you there?
Oh, you're trying to.
I'm
So
testing a
you
theory.
who are you? So who are you pointing at?
Mary, but I'm thinking the name. Um, oh, how does it work? You can get I thought you could also do to someone.
Oh, I see what you were trying to do. Yeah, no, that. Yeah, so you would just end up. So is that still what you want to go through with, or?
Because I don't have access to sending myself, and I can't test the theory.
Okay. So what are you saying? Are you
You
still
okay?
going with? Are you so you're
You're
going with?
okay.
Are you okay? Okay. Mary, you would hear in your head, in what sounds like Jarvis's voice. Are you okay?
I don't know. The pain was weird. Why are you in my head? I say out loud.
Sorry, I've just been way back here tending to my stuff. Didn't really want to shout over everyone.
Mary, I'm sorry for us kind of investigating you right now. We just lost possibly a really close friend, and a stranger came up with his jacket and all of his belongings tidily piled up. I hope you don't mind us our suspicion.
But not the
No,
phone.
well, not only that, but extreme paranoia when said person, as I point to
Marcus?
Marcus, when someone was disguised as him, has made me very, very paranoid as well.
I'm sorry. I was just trying to help. Thought I was doing what you asked last night.
No, we appreciate
Didn't
it.
mean
We
any
appreciate it.
disrespect.
It's I don't know. Circumstances are fucking weird right now.
I would say at this point you probably would have gotten them to the location.
Okay.
I mean, right? Because you guys have been like proceeding
Yeah.
after Marcus gave you a once over. So
Yeah, after the once over.
okay. So yeah. So you reach what appears to be a it's sort of like a small clearing in the woods. There's like some taller grass. However, where you are, it seems like some of the grass has been like sort of like pressed down, and there's like a little bit of a depression in the earth. But that's about it.
It was dark out when I was here. I swear there was a pile of ash here.
What's the wind like?
Yeah. Might have blown away or something.
Make a nature check.
Oh, let's go.
The last few days, as a matter of fact, well, few days is maybe a little bit too incorrect here, but essentially since the night with your encounter with that being that seemed to be able to manipulate winds, it has been particularly windy. Currently, right now, there seems to be a sort of a wind coming in off the direction of the bay. So, like
Walter looks downwind then.
okay,
While Walter's doing that, I'm going to examine the field before me, indentations, looking if there's a scuffle here, a fight, or even where the placement of the body would have been.
so
I'm gonna walk around, like kind of spiral out. Since it was dark when I was here, maybe I didn't come to like the exact right spot.
got
Maybe
you.
it's like just a couple trees over or something.
All right, so you're fanning out.
I'm starting to move downwind from the spot.
Walter's moving downwind, and Jarvis, you're making. Okay,
I'm
so
doing all PSI right now.
let's see. Investigation is kind of more like looking for something specific. So yeah, I guess investigation would work here.
Okay.
And as for Walter, yeah, same thing. You already know which direction the wind's going, so make the investigation.
I'll grit my
Alright,
teeth because I really want to find it. Never mind.
All right. So Walter, you sort of like start heading downwind, and you're kind of maneuvering around, but you're not really finding anything in particular.
Was
And
that
at one
ash
point or
monster?
another, yeah, you keep finding things that, like you think is it, and then like you're just like you're not sure. It's getting a little bit difficult. Jarvis, you're looking. You said you're just kind of like looking in the general area for what was it specifically again?
Where a body would have landed if it fell, along with all of its stuff. Signs of battle, conflict, struggle. That type of deal.
All right. Give me 1 second. All right. So you with an 18, you don't find any signs of battle. But you do notice beyond your own footprints, the whole group's footprints and everything, specifically this area that you're in, the grass is it's very pressed down, but in like different little patches. So it's almost kind of like there's like one right immediately to your right. There's a one a little bit over to the left. There's another one over to like your front, and they all seem about almost like an oval shape, sort of like depressed down, patting the grass down in around like between like 4.5 to 5 feet in length. Just this sort of like not necessarily an oval, more like just like an oblong, almost oval-esque shape.
Okay, I'm going to fiddle around on the grass.
So as you like sort of like get down closer, you notice something. You notice something that you didn't initially notice before. Shortly off from the sort of like trail that you guys picked through the woods to reach this destination, there appears to be a smaller trail, sort of like naturally cut into the forest. Well, cut's not necessarily the right word, but as you observe it, you notice Perhaps when you were in New York, you did some hunting. Appears to be a deer trail, and it cuts through this area. And you think that this spot that you're in is a resting area for deer. That's what all these different depressions are in the grass.
And just out of curiosity, because though Jarvis has not been dealt with many individuals who have been disintegrated via magic, he does know when it comes to ash, bone fragments can be found behind. So he'll instinctively look for bone fragments.
Okay. Make me one more investigation check.
Can I cast polymorph on myself and become a dog and try to smell
A bloodhound.
smell smell Aaron?
Uh, sure. Easy
Um,
enough.
I would get
Poor
advantage
DM.
on perception for keen smell and of the dog.
Yeah, I think you get advantage. So do you use its stats or do you use your stats?
Use its stats.
Use its stats.
Only the druid's wild shape that allows him to get his mental stats.
Dog. Not a death dog or a blink dog. Let's
There's no
do
bloodhound.
hound. Oh yeah, would it be bloodhound? Hold on. BLOD. Come on, baby. Bloodhound. There is no bloodhound stat. What the
There's
fuck?
a mastiff.
The hound.
Let me try hound. HOUND. Watch, this is gonna be hellhound. Yeah, literally. Oh, wait, no. This is a hound. What is this? A Velnar hound, which looks like a regular dog. Oh, it's a Fey dog.
I could just use what's it called?
Mastiff.
Mastiff. It's +3 perception.
Mastiff! Okay.
Hit him with
Plus
the
three.
big mastiff.
+3 perception and then add advantage. So I will do that. So the first one is 15 and a 20. So a 20.
Okay. Alright, so you transform into a bloodhound. You said 15 and a 20.
Yeah, so
And,
I got
and,
a 20.
all right, and at that moment, you would hear from a little distance off Mary yell, "What the hell?"
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh.
Hmm?
Mary? Walter will take off running towards Mary.
That doesn't make any sense.
What? That he polymorphed?
No, she wouldn't have
Yeah,
seen that. She had fanned out a little ways away from you. Walter had
Okay.
also gone a distance away downwind.
Yeah, I heard. I would hear the what the hell. So Walter's running back.
No, you all would have. It was. She shouted. So.
What the hell?
What kind of
I'm
place is
also-
this?
I'm still examining the ground in depth. Do I find anything of intrigue with the 23?
You find some piles of fresh deer turd. One of them seems like a particularly large pile. You think that there's a big buck in the area. You don't find any bone fragments or any ash.
How fresh?
How
is
fresh?
there corn in the poop?
No, because that can actually help us. How fresh?
Pretty fresh. You think definitely within the last 4 hours.
Yeah. Jarvis is now getting very skeptical of this so-called ash pile as he wipes his mechanical hand on the ground, wiping it of the turd.
You were fingering it? Oh my god!
Oh no.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he's kind of rolling it around in his mechanical hand.
like,
I
this is
feel the
normal.
warmth.
Sniff chest goes straight through.
I'm sorry, but how else are you supposed to tell?
No, you're right. Yeah, you do tell by the warmth of the turd. It's not fun, but sometimes you have to. Hey, look, you want to eat, you gotta find it. Huh?
I'm sorry, but
No, it's fine, man. It's fine. I'm used to it. Clearly, they're not.
as, Jarvis is wrapping his hand on the ground. He will look over to Mary and say, I don't mean to sound like a skeptic, but
No, I'm talking like she's a distance out.
oh.
Like she's not within view of you guys. You heard her shout.
She's behind some trees on the edge of the you're in the clearing. She's behind some of the trees.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Middle
it's a
April.
clearing in the sense of like there are no trees within this clearing, but it's almost like marshland with like a lot of high grass.
Okay, so after figuring out the freshness of the poop, I will head over to the what the hell.
Very well. Bruce, are you heading over as well, or are you attempting to sniff something out?
No, my nose is on the ground right now. I'm sniffing that.
All right. So I'll say, since you guys have Aaron's items, are you like sort of like getting a feel for the scent? Because I mean, you have to
Yeah.
like smell something for. Okay.
Yeah, I'm taking like his jacket and sniffing it.
Okay. So you start sniffing around, and there's like a sort of scent trail in the area that becomes like perceptible to you because you had pretty freaking high rolls. The scent trail, it's sort of like loops around in the clearing, but like it's almost like you could like distinctly smell like the older version of the scent, but then you smell something newer. And they're all kind of like muddled together, but you eventually sort of like as you're going around, you sort of like find the right trail, and
Does he do the tail
it's almost
point?
like you do like a loop. So, do you do the tail point?
Yeah, I do.
All right, so basically,
I start barking.
so you end up like sort of like kind of coming around in this area where you are. You go off like a little bit to the left, and you kind of like come back around, and then you notice like the trail kind of like goes off back through the woods towards the direction of the house, but that's the older one. But then the newer one seems to be coming back from that direction, and then eventually it just kind of goes off in the direction of where some of your companions have now gone.
Oh shit!
I'm starting to develop a hypothesis.
Dog Bruce is fucking running.
Very well.
I have two possible things right now. I'm not going to say anything else until we continue.
Okay.
Whoever gets there first just sees Mary just looking completely confused / somewhat horrified at like a second smaller kind of clearing or hollow, whatever you'd call it.
Okay. You good?
Okay, so
What's
as
up?
you approach this stunned Mary,
Uh-oh.
hold on.
Jarvis will reach out with his clean hand and try to put it on the Mary's shoulder.
Clean hand.
Wait until Dylan describes the scene first.
He was. Oh, sorry.
Sorry. I'm trying to figure some things out here.
Actually
Okay.
tisming himself.
All right.
Dog Bruce is peeing while he runs.
Oh, God.
I've never done this before.
This is just like fucking piss trail zigzagging behind him as he runs. Accidentally gets like a little pee on his fur. Yeah.
The reason why dogs look at their weight.
So,
That doesn't make any
He's a
sense.
fire genasi. He doesn't understand that.
so
This doesn't
as you
make any
as you get
sense.
to this this little like holler of sorts, you would see Mary standing in shock and looking towards like basically the roots of one of these trees. And while there is no ash pile, there does seem to be a scorch mark, but there's also like not a scorch mark. There's also like what seems to be like little pepperings in the tree, almost as if like shotgun had been fired.
This
Uh-oh.
this is this doesn't make any sense. This is where I woke up a few days ago with no memory of how I got here.
All right.
I didn't realize it was so close to where I found the pile.
I have a
Dark.
theory, and it's going to sound fucking crazy.
I would say at this point, Dog Bruce would arrive, piss fully expended from his bladder.
Bruce, can you think of Bruce? Dog Bruce, I should say. What does Mary smell like to you?
Am I following the trail and does it go right to Mary?
So you follow the trail, and the trail goes to Mary, but Mary herself is letting off a distinct smell. It is different from the smell that you have been following, but the scent of Aaron is present on her.
On
It
her?
is fresh.
Oh.
All right.
Hey, that might
Hey,
be from the stuff she picked up.
doubtful. Would have waved off by now.
You guys don't know any of this. You're looking at a dog looking at Mary
Yeah,
right now.
yeah. The
I
dog.
know.
Yeah, the dog's just fucking pointing.
Well, then that will just confirm Jarvis's theories even more. Bruce, can you? Can we have Bruce back?
Yeah, I'll drop polymorph.
Yep.
Very well. You drop polymorph.
All right, Walter, you there?
I've been here
I'd say
before
Walter.
you.
Yeah, he would have. Yeah, he would have. Yeah, he would have. He ran there, so he got there first.
You were playing with deer poop.
You okay,
Everyone was there before you.
Positional-wise. Marcus.
Yeah.
All right. Who would like to hear my theory?
I
before
mean,
we
I want
start,
to know what Bruce smelled.
Oh.
Other than the crap that's on Jarvis's hand right now, I smelt. Mary, you don't have any of Aaron's stuff on you right now, right?
I found this weird box when I found his stuff. I don't know if it's his. I just thought it looked neat. And she'll pull out the phone.
Oh shit.
That's his phone. Oh, that's
Yeah.
his magic box. That's not magic.
Mary, where did you get that?
I just said with his stuff when I found it.
You don't remember anything before a few days ago?
I mean, I have vague memories, but I don't know how I got here.
Kind of sounds like you, Marcus. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, Mary, do you need to breathe?
What?
Can you not breathe?
Answer the question.
Or do you feel like
I
you get
don't know.
hungry, or can you go without food?
Can you not sleep?
I've done all of those things.
I mean,
the hell
Marcus
is
does
going
those
on?
things too, but he doesn't need to.
Why would I
Right.
go without doing those? I don't want to die.
It's not that you're dead. It's just
Well, I'm not dead. But
May I see the little box?
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. And
Does
she'll
the
hand
box
over the
have any
box.
charge on it?
Does the
You would
box have
have
what?
no idea how to turn the box on.
Yeah, you'd have.
Better question is it a flip phone?
no, it's an iPhone.
No,
No, yeah, it's a smartphone. Wait, is it an iPhone or is it an Android?
it's an iPhone.
Does it have a
It's
button?
whatever the newest iPhone was in October of last year.
Does it have a button?
It definitely will not
I think it
respond to
has
robotic
No,
hand.
three
it
buttons.
doesn't have a home button.
I will start pressing the buttons.
I mean, the thing is, you have to hold.
It doesn't have
the
a home button, but I
It
think it
Pressing
has.
the button
Yeah.
doesn't
Power
turn it on.
button and then 2 volume buttons.
Yeah, so you press all three of the buttons.
Nothing would happen.
No,
Nothing
it would be the
happens.
iPhone 14.
And not Jarvis wouldn't know that.
Yeah, so
14 Pro. Yeah, we'll go with that.
yeah, that works. Yeah, so you press the buttons
so it has,
and nothing
it has 3
happens.
buttons, and it has the little lever thing for the to mute the phone as well.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah.
I'm curious. Barry,
Yes.
have I seen Aaron use his phone before?
No, Aaron has specifically never used his phone because he's saving the charge.
Good point.
Yeah.
I will.
Since any of you met him.
I will. Let's say I have Aaron's flashlight, his flameless torch.
Right.
Mary,
Yeah, that was in the box, yeah.
I hand Mary the flameless torch. Activate that.
How?
I think there's a button on the back of it.
I would have.
I'll look around for a button.
I don't remember. Was it one that had a button on the side or on the back?
It would be on the side. It's like a large flashlight.
Oh, like a
but solar
mag light.
powered. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
So
not like a spotlight, but yeah.
So all right. So you find what seems to be like a piece that is standing out
Yeah, mag light.
compared to the rest of it. So a switch,
Yeah, I'll
essentially.
push it. Little squishy button. Push it.
You push it, and to your surprise, it begins to emit light from the glass portion on the end of it.
Was it pointed
What's
at her
going on
face
with
when
that?
she turned it on?
Oh, so I need to roll a D100, Dylan.
Or just see what if it
Or who
blinds
gets
you.
blinded?
Yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those like 1,000 plus lumen. No,
No.
I feel like that's hard for a solar flashlight.
Jarvis will then ask, when you activated that, did it feel natural?
I mean, nothing about this looks natural.
And that's not asking looks. I meant feel.
Jarvis?
No.
Just go with me.
Why is the
Alright.
place I woke up near where your friend's stuff was found?
Well, I have a theory. It is gonna sound fucking crazy, but it's a theory.
A game theory,
Possibly.
possibly.
Thanks for watching.
So, anyone, you can call me crazy if you want, but unless you have a better idea or better conceptualization of what has transpired, my current theory is that Aaron did die, but was reincarnated and had their memories altered and erased to be Mary.
What?
That doesn't make sense. Like, yes,
But I'm
I've been
me.
reincarnated, but
Yeah, but that was just through
I still remember my past.
But it
Yeah,
had to
that's
be
because
something.
you did it through natural means and no chicanery or fuckery with it.
It had to be
saying
something
that-
Aaron could do himself, and I don't think he could have done something like this.
I'm not saying Aaron did it. I'm saying whatever cursed him did it.
What if it was that hag? That
Oh, the hag that Arkwright told you about,
Morwena.
Morwena. Yeah, he
I
said
don't
if you
know.
ever saw a green hag named Morwena,
I don't know. Did you see a green hag when you woke up?
No.
All right. I don't know if there's any merit to that, but we'll circle around to it. But that's my current theory. Mainly because I don't have any better ways of explaining.
Walter's gonna start looking at the impact on the tree.
No, I don't remember
Also-
anything like that. I just remember when I woke up it being very, very warm and my throat being too hurt to talk.
Why don't you take a seat, Mary?
And
We're just as
may I
confused as you.
May I examine your neck?
I guess so.
I'm going to look for any like surgical incisions.
surgical incisions.
Brain
The
swap.
impact on the tree from the shotgun blast.
Yeah, so Walter investigation, I feel like with that, Jarvis medicine.
Righto. I'm not flash that. Or 14.
Okay. No, you don't notice any surgical scars. I don't think you would. Yeah, I don't think you'd notice like any scars. Unless the character that I'm unaware of would have any scars for whatever reason being.
No.
Okay. Okay, so with the investigation, the ash spot on the ground is like within it's a particularly large tree. It seems to be like a very old oak. It's not like directly within the roots, so it's like a little bit out of them towards like the edge. You're not 100% sure, but it seems like it either could have been your friend or a campfire. As for the buckshot in the tree sort of like pattern, it's there, it's distinct. It's not new though. It seems like it's been there for a
A few
while.
days or a few months?
Make a nature check.
I don't know.
I'm gonna flash of genius for that.
Seems like a few days.
I will cast Speak with Animals.
Actually, let me make sure. Flash of Geniusing it too. Does that also make it a 14 or?
Makes it a
Yeah, it's
14.
14.
Okay, yeah. So you meet the DC. Yeah.
That weirdly might be helpful. See if you
Speak
can
with
find some
animals.
critters.
Wait, are you? Oh, okay. I was gonna say. I was like, are you trying to
Talk to.
talk to the tree?
No,
But
I'm
then I
gonna find
realized.
some critters around.
Okay. Couple of trees away, you see what appears to be a crow.
Oh, they're smart. Excuse me, Mr. or Mrs. Crow.
Jim.
He would sort of like
Jim.
turn his one eye towards you and just go, what you want.
I just have some questions, actually. How long have you been in this area?
Many moon. Many moon.
All right. Do you remember when? And Walter points at the whole tree thing. When that happened.
He looked towards the tree and just kind of like hops from one foot to the other. It almost seems like he kind of like lifts his like wings up to like shrug almost, but without like spreading them out. But you see like that little like shoulder shrug.
Do you remember seeing that woman before? Points at Mary.
He does the shrug again. And then he starts kind of like eyeing you up and down, and then he seems to like catch a glimpse of something. Oh yeah, you don't have your cloak of billowing. He sees.
Shiny.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask. Do you have anything shiny on you, like openly visible?
Well, oh, I probably maybe on my pouch you'd probably see like some of the metal scraps I took from the Warforge factory. Like if it can
Okay.
see through, like if like one of my pouches are slightly open, which they probably were because
Sure.
because I wasn't like super careful in like closing them after I was done working on the shoe add-on.
Right. Yeah, you rushed out of there. So yeah. So maybe he just sees like some metal poking out, and he just seems to be kind of like looking over in that direction, and he goes, "Shiny?
Ooh,
You want shiny? Give shiny. Trade.
trade shiny for information.
Yes, shiny. Give."
All right. I will give you shiny on condition that you find a way to tell us the information I'm looking for.
Information. Okay, shiny. Give.
Alright, Walter will
He
take
kind of
out
like hops back
some
and
of the
forth.
scrap metal, not the tungsten or the adamantite stuff, but like maybe like some scrap iron.
Okay.
And like
Yeah,
kind
you
of polish
take
it a
out.
bit, and then hold it out for the crow.
All right. Yeah, he'll kind of like glide down to you and like land on it and sort of like grip his talons onto it and kind of like go to fly away with it. Will you release it? Will you relinquish your metal?
Uh, right before he like starts taking off, like I'm still holding on to it. Like, remember our deal?
Yes.
I
Information.
let it go.
Metal. Okay. He flies it back
Cool.
up to the tree branch, and you notice now that there's a little nest like about a branch higher that seems to have like a number of like little trinkets and oddities poking out of it. You see like a particularly shiny thimble. You see some other like little scraps of metal here and there. A couple of silver pieces. There's even like a gold coin or two sticking out. And he'll fly up in there and sort of like place it in like a specific area towards like the back end of the nest. And then you almost kind of watch as he like lounges up against it for a second, like backwards, instead of like roosting how they normally do. And he kind of like looks down like over his stomach towards you, almost like you've seen Tom post the pictures of the climber sit. It's like that for a bird. he's like he's like bird sitting, and then he'll kind of like lean back forward again towards the nest and then hop down to a lower branch like with a little glide. Okay, girl. And then he kind of like looks over towards Mary's direction. 2 moons ago, tree over there. Didn't notice her at first. And then she kind of got up and started making some noise. Not speak like people do. Moan. Try speak. Mm, like cousin Bucky. Bucky can't word
Talk.
talk right like I can. Sure, whatever people call. Yeah, doesn't make crow noise right. Sounds funny. We make fun of him sometimes. He doesn't have big shiny collection like the rest of us. A little bit slow.
That one cracked me up. I don't know why.
But girl, 2 moons here. Noise. Walk away. Leave. Come back only now. Well, not only now, but today. Again.
All right. Do you recall seeing a man come here? I point in the direction that Mary took us. Over there,
Man.
from about the same time ago.
He starts kind of like eyeing you again, almost like he's looking for
I'll
something
take out a
else.
gold coin.
Oh, his eyes like beam, and
Oh
then
snap!
he goes, "For me?"
Walter nods his head.
Okay. He flies down and like lands on your arm, and then he kind of like slowly reaches down and like puts the coin in his beak. He like kind of clamps his beak on it, and then slowly tugs it out of your fingers.
You'll tell me
And then he'll
about the
just
man, right?
he
I
kind of
forgot.
like does like a little hop up and down
Alright, I'll let it
on
go.
your arm, and then he flies back up. He tucks it into the nest, and then he flaps back down again to the lower branch and goes, "Man, 2 moons. No, 3. Hard. I'm busy lately. Time funny. 3 moons, probably." And then he starts kind of like looking around a little bit, and then he like seems to remember what he was saying, almost like a bird brain moment, which is weird because
Crows
like
are very
you know that there's
intelligent.
yeah, exactly. It was kind of weird, but he almost like stares off into the distance for a little bit, and then he just looks back. 3 moons, man. Come, fire, loud noise, gone.
Oh boy.
Oh. Okay.
Fire.
Um.
Hmm.
Do you know where the what kind of fire? Did the fire come from him? Did the fire come from somewhere? Was it like a fire that people make and sit around?
Ground fire,
Ground fire?
people.
So he made a ground fire.
He kind of corrects again.
You don't know. Okay.
Ground fire,
And then he disappeared.
gone. Ground fire, loud noise, gone.
Ground fire, loud noise, gone. Both him and the ground fire.
Yes.
Okay. Um, hmm. Well,
This ain't sounding right.
that's interesting and slightly sad. Well, thank you. Ultra will take out an additional gold coin.
You will fly down, land on your arm, and then it'll kind of like hop a little bit closer over towards your face instead of going for the gold coin, and very quietly say, "She didn't do it."
She didn't do it.
And then he hops back over and takes the coin.
Talk about a friggin' bribery.
You know a lot more than you let on, don't you?
If you would have relinquished the coin, he would have flew back up to the nest, put it there, turned around, and then shrugged.
I don't know. I forget.
But you could remind
Why
me.
don't you clear up my memory?
Yeah, he shrugs and then he just goes, "No, he wouldn't say that. He wouldn't say could remind me. He just kind of shrugs." But this time though, you kind of notice he seems a little scared.
Scared. You seem a bit skittish. Is there something you're sensing in the area?
Predator.
What kind of predator?
Kind that leaves me food.
Oh. Is it
Should go now. Not safe.
four-legged predator or two-legged?
Two.
Is it
Even though
Is
I
it green?
can't hear anything.
When you say that, he kind of like flies back up to the nest and ducks down and just goes, "No more. Go away."
Even though Jarvis cannot hear or understand any of this, is Zeus on alert?
Zeus. Yeah, Zeus is on alert. He doesn't detect anything though.
Okay.
Guys, we might want to leave.
Why is that?
There's a
What's going on
predator
now?
in the area, and it walks
A
on
pred-
two legs, and it might be green, which has me concerned it's the hag.
Fucking skinwalker.
They're here.
Well,
I love skinwalkers.
Oh God, what if Walter's grandmother's the hag?
A
I
hag?
doubt it.
No wonder why she's gotten all the ingredients so easy.
Should we, are we getting out of here, or are we trying to
We
confront
can
this
talk
thing?
more about stuff back at Grant's house, but we should probably
All
go
right.
because Mr. Crow is a bit scared.
I offer a hand to help Mary up.
Just chucks her.
Thanks.
And then we'll start getting the heck out of here.
On the way back, Walter will explain what he learned.
Y'all were grilling me. Do y'all want me to go with y'all still? I mean, y'all seem like you thought I might have done something wrong.
No, you didn't do anything. The crow said that you didn't do anything to Aaron.
That's still
Aaron made a
disprove my
round
theory.
fire, which I imagine is a campfire. Then there was a loud noise, and both him and the fire were gone.
Just gone.
Gone. Which, it was dark. I imagine he probably turned into a pile of ash.
Wouldn't we want to see this predator just in case they know something about Aaron?
I mean, if it's a hag, like, assumptions are being given out. Trying to make such things happen might require a deal to be made. And I don't know about you, but from what the tales from my childhood, you don't really want to make deals with witches or
Especially not if
hags.
that curse that you read off was real.
Yeah, this hag, stories like Hansel and Gretel took on a whole new meaning after the reckoning, and I'd rather not.
Yeah, I don't.
I just
Yeah, I
don't
don't
think
feel
we're
like
going to get a chance
being-
like this to find out what happened.
But at least we know where we can start looking for information once we're actually ready, because we have stuff to do today. We have a
Yeah, let's get moving.
yeah.
I don't. Should I stay and try to find out what
No,
happened?
no, you
I
have
don't
to
have
come along with
anything.
us.
No, you're coming with us.
Okay.
Walt will kind of like stay alongside Mary, kind of like take her hand and like try and like comfort her as we walk back to the house.
See, I was thinking more like,
Uh-oh.
Is it? Are we rolling initiative?
no. Dustin played this, but see, like,
Yeah.
I was thinking more like,
Oh god, the crones.
I just don't know if we're going to be able to find a hag is the thing. Like, we're not going to get a chance like this. They're not easy to track
Well-
down, I'm sure.
Should we look for it?
I don't think
This
you find one unless it wants you to find it, you know?
I don't like what you guys are talking about. Is this something we should be getting involved in?
I don't know.
I'll start looking around the area, see if we're being watched.
make a perception check.
I'm gonna guidance.
As you're looking around, besides your newly found crow friend, a distance away on the other end of the clearing, further to the south, you see what look to be two other crows, we'll say, looking over in your direction. You catch a faint red glimmer in one of their eyes. It disturbs you. And as you go to look away, you notice something else with that natural 20, something very strange. The land around you, it's almost like, what's the best way to describe it? Yeah, like when you turn really fast, everything looks super blurry. It's like that, except
I'm not turning.
no, you are. But what you see in your peripheral very quickly, it doesn't look like a little clearing in a forest. You are, to put it in terms from a dear video game friend of mine, a Reesty Meyer.
This isn't a forest.
What
It's
is
a
it?
swamp.
You telling me we're in a fucking illusion?
Yeah.
God
And-
is gonna slam his hand on the
Now
ground
that I
and ask
know
for-
that, can I see through it?
Oh yeah, you can.
Uh,
You, some distance back around the area where Mary began to have her headache, which was, let's say, around here. From like here to here, and then it seems to extend out. You are just in the middle of a awful mire. There's like a low-hanging sort of mist across all of the waters. You hear these occasional bubbling and gurgling sounds coming from the pools of water all around, which before you didn't even notice them. You thought you had heard like a babbling brook, but you know that that's no longer the case. Jarvis, you said you're casting Dispel Magic?
No magic.
At what level, out of curiosity?
3rd level, but if it's not enough, I'll make the roll for it.
It probably was Arcane, Mirage Arcane or something like that.
As he takes his schizophrenia meds.
Yeah, you're
Mary
gonna
also disappears.
you're gonna have to make that roll.
It's probably DC 17.
Yeah, Bruce also never turned into a dog. There's just
That's
a big
genius.
wet spot on his pants.
Which makes it
Did. He just never stopped peeing.
That's 3
For-
classes of genius.
I'm
for
aware.
for the briefest moment, you actually no, yeah, no, you try to, and it's almost like in Skyrim when you shout away the fog, but then Alduin just brings it back. You begin to see it sort of like slowly filter out, and then it just right back in. But only you see that; the others don't.
You got to fucking kidding me. Move. Now.
What's going on? What's going on?
Dropping an illusion right now. You gotta move.
An illusion.
I'll lead
Okay.
the way because I know what's swamp and what's not.
That you do?
Swamp.
Oh, and
I don't see a swamp here. I see trees.
It's an illusion.
I know exactly how we. I know how we got here. I can get us back the way we came.
Barry, help me. I'll take the finer details, but you take us in the general direction. I'll just make sure we don't step
Okay.
into it in bogs.
Like I said, was that even deer shit I actually touched?
Probably not.
You weren't close enough when you attempted to dispel things, so you're not sure. But I will say, as you guys begin to sort of panic and, alright, it's time for us to get out of here, and you begin to sort of like get your bearings and head back in the direction you came from deeper within the woods, you hear a blood-curdling howl.
And
Fuck
2
no.
pumps. It's a walking house.
I think you're right. I don't want to stay here any longer. Can we get out of here?
A blood curdling, like a wolf howl or something monstrous?
No, more like. I'm gonna be real. It sounds like a fiend.
Oh, fuck. Alright, guys, weapons out, and let's just try and get out of here as quickly as possible.
Okay.
That's where we're running. Do I actually recognize that howl?
Cast the flame sword.
You? No, you would not.
Even though
He said weapons ready.
Weapons ready. All right.
I will note that coming out here, the assumption that we might be finding information, I would have brought my bag of holding that would have had my weapon.
Actually,
Okay.
no, F flame blade. I cast this out of panic instead of flame blade. That makes
Okay.
more sense.
You cast invisibility on yourself.
So,
All right. So Mary, you're leading them back out.
Yep.
Make me a survival check to see if you can remember the way back.
I'm helping.
I can remember the way back. I think.
You know, you're in a little bit of a panic now. You're being told that you're in an illusion and there's a creature, a very terrifying sounding
With
creature.
survival with help. Let's see if the advantage toggle even works. The advantage toggle doesn't work either.
Okay. You begin to make your way out, and at first, are you guys are obviously doing this with expediency, I imagine, yes?
Are you gonna say at
Yes.
first it seems like we're making it out, but then we're not?
So, as you begin to make your way out, at first you're not exactly sure. You're like, wait, was it this way? Was it that way? But then you remember the path. You remember it explicitly, and you get everybody on the right path. And it's around that point that, almost as if it's been moving with you, but still at relatively the same distance, you hear a crashing through the woods, and birds begin to fly up overhead, disturbed from their roost.
I'm pretty sure it hasn't been 10 minutes. Am I hearing the birds just fucking like, oh my god!
Oh, yeah, you're hearing some, oh shit! Time to go! Time to go!
Well, that's funny because you got there for like 10 minutes.
But eventually, I will say, you get to the edge of the forest. You manage to lead them well enough. And it's around this point where, just as you break the forest's edge, it sounds like whatever was behind you was starting to gain on you. But then as you break through and find yourself back out in like more open fields, you no longer hear it. Walter, you would have watched sort of as you like cut through the last of, well, to them it would be like the last of the tree line. Oh yeah, sorry, I moved the wrong token. You you would have heard it, and but it was still like just too far away for you to see. But it's loud, it's big.
Jarvis will attempt to go into like a dive roll, turn around, and have his rifle pointed up in the direction of the sound as he
Yeah.
turns around after we get out of the mire.
Yeah, I would also say too, as you like exited the mire, you specifically, Walter, it's almost like you felt yourself like going through the edge of a bubble. Like you just kind of like felt like a as you stepped through it. Yeah, you turn around, Jarvis. You don't see it, and you thought you like just as you like went into the roll, but before you fully turned around, and then like it sort of like not even like receded, like it just stopped, and there was no more noise of you being tracked, followed. Sorry.
Do I see crows watching us with the red glow?
Yeah, you would, as a matter of fact. There's one like just on the edge, perched on like this dead tree, and he's looking right towards you, and you see that little red glow in his
How
eye.
far away?
About 100 feet away from you.
Jarvis. That crow.
As I put a beat on it,
It just sits
Check
there
it out.
looking at you.
I am going to say, and you know what? Fuck it. In Elvish, I see the cunt of the woods doesn't want to come out and say hi.
There doesn't seem to be any sort of like extra recognition from it or anything like that. It's still just kind of looking out in your direction, and you don't hear anything else from within the woods. But and what I mean by that is not just like if you hear the thing following you, it is just dead silence from the woods.
Oh yeah,
That
predator was
eerie sort
stalking
of
us, so
silence.
there's no
Yeah.
chance of that.
I'm curious. I go over to the edge. I literally go over to the edge.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do is I am going to go into my bag of holding and pull out a chunk of wood and stick it past the threshold.
Okay.
What happens when I stick it past it?
Nothing.
All right. Put the wood back. I turn my arm to gun mode, stick my arm past the threshold of where the forest or the forest with the illusion on it is, and I'm gonna fire off my pistol.
Okay. And like, what are you? I'm curious. Like, what are you attempting to like look for here? Like, are you trying to see
I'm
like if
going
the
to
sound
see if
changes or
there's even
anything?
I'm literally seeing if there's any audible or visual change with my arm as it passes over the threshold.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Shoot.
This roll just in case of misfire.
Yeah, just in case.
Okay.
It'd be kind of low key hilarious if you did, but nah, I can't. I can't jinx it like that.
It would be hilarious.
I
Not
think
a
that is.
misfire.
Yeah, it's not a misfire. It's two over. No, the sound seems to be fine. It's just from what Walter told you, you think that it's more affecting vision, and you could easily determine smell because you would have noticed when you attempted to dispel it, a sort of like what's the right word for it? A sort of like sickly smell, almost like permeated your nose. Um, sort of like it's weird because like when I go walking through the woods, sometimes things smell like earthy, especially after rain. It smells more earthy. But when I've gone to more like marshlands or swampy areas, I guess it's more like that, but like on overdose. It's way more earthy, but also like with. It's gonna sound weird, but to me, mud has a smell like
Nah, it
that.
Well, swamp
absolutely
mud.
does.
Swamp mud does for sure.
Yeah, swamp mud does. Yeah, it has like this sort of stink to it, and then like
Source
you
within.
also you also would have like smelled like almost like a rot, like some sort of carcass rot, not necessarily human, but you know, nonetheless. But yeah, when you shoot, yeah, no,
Okay.
Does that crow fuck off after this shot, or does it still stay there?
no, it stays there. It didn't even flinch.
I think it's taunting me.
Jarvis, I think Jarvis.
I think it's
Does
taunting
Jarvis,
me.
Jarvis make his way back to the group?
I'll make my way back.
Jarvis, the reason why I pointed out that crow was for you to shoot it.
Ah! I proceed to shoot the crow.
Very well. Roll to shoot.
Roll the shoot.
It's about 100 feet away from you, so if you're gonna shoot with your arm gun, it's a disadvantage. But if you're gonna use like the fucking mag cannon, yeah. Okay, you pull up, you aim, you get a beat on him, you pull the trigger, and it tries to go and flap away, and it's almost like it just gets that initial flap off the branch. You predicted for that, shot in front of it, and you just watch as it explodes into like blood and feathers.
No, poor bird.
And
Then it's real.
the crow
Now
is
talk.
fucking dead. Now talk, yeah. I need to cast Animate Dead on the crow while simultaneously casting Speak with Animals.
Okay, just to be clear, essentially a solid metal pipe just went through a crow.
Yeah,
Just think about
and I
that.
will say you've lost a piece of ammunition, but you have
That's
succeeded
not
in turning it
argument.
into bird viscera.
It is. Oh, that thing should probably just get atomized.
Yeah, it's like the pink
It's
mist. There's still a
exactly
couple
like
of
that one
feathers.
baseball game.
Literally, it just.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
bird that got hit by the baseball.
I posted the GIF.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me look at
I
this. Let me
love
look at
that
this
gif.
because I
That's a real thing to happen. That is not fake video. That
yeah,
happened
just
in the
yeah,
game.
literally like that, but like blood.
Blood and black.
Yeah, yeah, black feathers and blood. All right. I'm gonna save real quick because I have to urinate very bad. Let's take a little tenor. I think that's a good spot to have a tenor. Come back at 10:25.
Alright.
God damn it, Dustin! I swear to God, you're gonna overuse that, and I'm gonna kill you. I'll be right back.
Someone made it for me, and I just can't not use it. Someone made the little invisible bubble so that I can put it underneath things, and I just can't not use it.
So, how's everyone?
Chilling mostly. Trying to avoid falling asleep in the chair. But other
So
than that,
who-
pretty good.
Okay, who feels like my theory is accurate?
Mm, I'm not really sure. I don't really. It's a good idea, but I don't really think it's possible. It could be, but I really don't believe it. Could just be like a massive coincidence.
If if it was, it's too coincidental.
What theory,
On a,
Could
Anton?
also be, yeah.
I'm back.
like on a ridiculous scale of coincidences.
What theory, Anton?
My theory on what happened to Aaron.
Oh, what happened to Aaron?
My current theory is that
Yep.
yes, he did die, but was reincarnated in a corrupted matter that made Mary.
What I think happened is two things were cast on him. Modify memory and something to change his voice because the throat was hurting, and that's the one thing that Aaron couldn't change was his voice.
Well,
No, that's not correct.
Oh, he could change his
he could
voice?
change his
that's how
voice.
he was Thorin.
Yeah, changelings.
Oh, right.
Yeah, changelings. Their voice changes to the voice of whatever
Drew,
form they take.
Do you think his mind was modified so that when his throat was damaged, that he would default to that voice instead of going to his regular voice and think sees himself as Mary because he's been made to think that's what his original form looks like?
Yeah, I think something like that.
That could be a theory.
Just wait for the biggest plot
I
twist
like
where Walter is the grandson of Baba Yaga.
Oh my
No,
god.
Walter is the
That-
grandson of Lane.
Well, technically, he's no longer the grandson of Baba Yaga since he was reincarnated.
This is where we find out that Walter's literally just Walter.
Yeah.
I'm getting a drink. Be right back.
The human version of Walter was the fake version. Walter was always a dwarf.
We have the technology. We can rebuild him.
Well, I could rebuild them.
What's your opinion on the Zuckinator gonna fight Musk?
Right, that's a thing that's gonna happen.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
It's going to be one of the more interesting of things to happen in nerddom.
They challenged each other to a fight.
Uh,
I hope both of them break their noses.
Oh yeah, so I can't believe that Granny Smith is actually
Baba Yaga,
Baba
the
Yaga.
original hag.
Babby
That's funny.
Yaga.
This is the second time now that I've used Witcher music for this world, but I'm okay with it.
Bobby Yogi.
Remember, the theme of the tall man was Gaunter
I
O'Dim.
mean, how long until we actually encounter Gonto or
Who's to say that you haven't already?
You mean the tall man? That's
Yeah,
obviously canon.
So I'll put it like this: it could still be canon. It's just the tall man can still be canon. It's just the purpose of the tall man has changed to suit my needs because he didn't have any defined objectives originally.
Because Marcus
Other
made the
than
right decision.
blinding Walter. No, wait, who did he blind?
I don't think he blinded anybody.
Someone casted
With the who did someone to detect magic?
and
Oh,
it was
yeah.
so powerful that I was just blinding. That might have been Lane.
No, Lane didn't have detect
He
magic.
didn't have it. Okay.
Marcus was the one that spoke to him, so it might have been Marcus.
When
I mean,
Marcus
Lane
made the
talked
right
to him,
decision.
Marcus talked to him.
Walter was present for one of the conversations.
At the campfire.
Yeah. And that was when someone was blinded by him.
Yeah, that's when it happened.
I swear to God, I thought the only time that anyone talked to the tall man was when,
I thought it was when I talked to him.
yeah.
Oh, we talked to him several
No,
times.
the tall man. Yeah, the tall man's the one that told me someone would be murdered in Austin.
Oh, he's in a different form.
That might have been the session. Was that one of the ones that Anthony ran, like when I was on vacation?
Maybe.
Because I remember, like, early on, there was like 2 or 3 sessions that he had full reins for because I was on vacation. There was the one where in like March of last year, or the year before. No, yeah, it was last year. It was like March of last year when I went to Jersey to like Atlantic City, and then it was like a month or 2 after that when I went to Florida to did we go to Disney or did we go to Universal?
Yeah.
We went to
Yeah,
Universal.
this man came to Florida and didn't even say hi.
I told you I was there.
You came to New York and didn't
Audacity.
say hi. I don't
I
want to hear
tried.
it.
You
No,
were
he
going
tried.
with
He
me.
tried to.
Yeah,
You and I
you
were
were-
both working that
yeah,
day,
you were
and he
both
went
busy.
to the. What did you go see? You went Multiverse of Madness, right?
Yeah, we went to watch Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, and I really wanted to go too, but it was like, I think I had already called out the weekend before or something for like my brother's birthday, and I knew that if I did it like 2 in a row in 1 month, that they'd get a little suspicious. So I was like, yeah, I can't do it
Yeah.
now.
Some happened to, and like that is a 2.5 hour drive.
For you, but I think what sucked was it would have worked out perfectly if I could have called out because my dad was going upstate, so I could have just gotten dropped off at Anthony's and then I would have been able to hang out with Bean.
And then go back up with Bombi.
I think go back up with Bombi. No, I would have had to go to work the rest of the week. What are you talking about?
With Bombi though.
With
Yes,
Bombi
exactly.
though. Yeah. I would have just quit my job and lived
Bro,
there in the basement.
Just
the
make
routine.
it bring Bombi to work week.
Yeah, dude, that's a great idea. I should do that. Yeah, bring Bombi to work week. They'll be like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" I'll be like, "Yeah, he's sick in the head, but I can't kick him out because he says he needs help, but he doesn't want to check in with the
I
doctors."
legally can't turn him away because it will be criminal negligence on my part.
Dude.
I
Dude.
legally can't break the law.
Quick thing about that. Quick little sidebar. Some homeless people are mad fucking smart when it comes to that shit. There's this one lady. She will show up. I haven't had the pleasure of meeting her yet because actually, from what I hear, she is a delight to talk to. She'll show up with like this fucking suitcase that, according to the guys, they say it weighs 300 pounds. I doubt that, but she probably has like all of her life in that suitcase. She'll show up. She'll say that she has back problems. Says that she wants to get an X-ray. They can't not treat her. So, but she comes like specifically at a distinct time when the shift changes. So then they have to give her a bed. She gets to sleep in the bed the whole night. She leaves in the morning because they still haven't done the X-ray, and then she doesn't have to pay for it, and she got a free bed. And she does that like she does it like once a week or something like that. But it's never on the days that I work. But they keep telling me, they're like, "Yeah, keep an eye out for her," and I'm like, "Why would I keep an eye out for her? What am I going to do?" And they're like, "Well, in case she causes problems." I'm like, if this woman knows how to play the system, she'll never cause a problem because she wants that bed.
Right.
And
she won't want to get kicked out.
exactly. So she'll do anything in her power to be polite. And honestly, I'd look like an asshole if I tried to instigate her in the first place. So I'm not going to do it because I don't know her fucking story. I'm not going to be over here and be like, "Well, you can't fucking be here. Oh, be a fucking dick." Who cares? Let her sleep. God, hospitals charge enough money for everything else as is. They can give up a free bed for a night. Jesus Christ. All right, it's 25. Everybody here? We ready to start this podcast?
Yeah.
I'm ready to
Also,
find
Alright.
out that Walter's granny is Baba Yaga.
Also, have you guys heard of the Grimace shake?
Oh, have you seen the Grimace McDonald's birthday massacres?
Yes.
Well, don't
Oh.
you know they're freaking selling lean now?
What are you talking about? It's just a shake, guys. I know what the issue is.
Next thing we
No,
hear,
but please.
Anton's dead on the highway with like
You
purple
guys-
covering.
Like the rest of you have seen that, right? Like you've seen the Grimace birthday massacres?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't seen them, Dustin? Okay, you got to go look it up. It's hilarious. It's a series of
Seen
TikToks in
Seattle
which
Loop.
people drink the lean milkshake and then they all just die in the most horrible
Oh my
ways.
god.
There's one of them where it's like 6 guys that they're like, "Happy birthday, Grimace," and then it just cuts to them all just like dead on the floor, covered in purple milkshake. One guy looks like he shat the milkshake out of his pants. It's
I've seen one where it looks like he hanged himself.
yes, yeah. There's too many of them. There's also the one guy just having like the seizure on the floor, and his teeth are dyed purple, and he's just. And you know what started it too? It wasn't
Crazy.
even the Grimace birthday thing. What started it was the Burger King Spider-Verse burger, because there was this one specific guy who was like, "Guys, don't try the Spider-Verse burger." And he's like sitting in his car. He eats it. And then he just like gets up out of the car and walks into oncoming traffic and gets hit by a fucking semi. But like it's all like edited, but like, you know, like it's supposed to be
Clearly.
like, oh, the burger's gonna kill you. And then he's just like, yeah, he's like, besides the bun being red, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. He takes the bite and then he just like goes and walks into traffic and dies. There's also another video of him where
living
like
the dream. Let's be honest.
yeah. There's another video of him where he says like the exact same thing. He's like, the only problem is that the bun is red, otherwise it tastes fine. And then all of a sudden he's just in an ambulance, like he's actually in the back of an ambulance, and they're taking him to the fucking hospital.
Oh my god.
All right, I'm sorry I derailed for too long. All right, so you guys still technically are on the edge of this illusory forest. What's the plan from here?
That's GTFO.
When's our meeting with the Mafia?
Noon. So
Okay.
here's where things get like a little sticky. I think that's supposed to be 1,000 miles. No way.
No, it's one city. That's
That is.
Those are
No,
meters,
that's
right?
meters.
yeah, that's meters.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, never
No,
mind.
That's
Yeah,
one
miles is in
kilometer.
miles.
It should
That's
definitely
one.
be miles.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah, 1 kilometer.
1,000 miles. We're going to Texas, guys.
Yeah. So, okay, yeah. I'm sorry. I was stupid. I apologize. All right. So you reasonably could make it. It's 2 kilometers, and you guys woke up early, so you could make it back before noon. So I don't know. I don't know what a kilometer is in terms of
It's
miles.
15 minutes of walking.
Oh, okay, yes.
Really?
You're
But
fine.
not if you're in the woods. But yes.
Yeah, if you're in the woods, we'll double it to 30, so it took you an hour there and back. I don't know.
It's probably like 9. You know? By the time we get
Yeah,
back
it's
to
like, yeah.
Kansas.
Yeah, sure. I'll say it's like
What?
9 o'clock.
Why is Wee Wee using communist units, Dylan?
Yeah, what's wrong with
Also,
you?
we discussed to each other different theories of what Mary slash Walter, no, Mary slash Aaron as fate was.
Walter will be like, "Can you not discuss this in front of Mary? It's clearly distressing her."
Yeah, I was about to say that. I think this is not the time for that.
Okay. How you doing there,
I'm
Mary?
me.
You
You guys
are
hear a
you.
voice. I'm trying to get out of here.
I'm sure it's just a complete coincidence that Aaron disappeared and you also had an incident happen. The crow noticed something happened with you too. Like you sat by a fire, and then you made this weird moaning
They
sound,
saw Aaron.
and then you.
They saw Aaron sat by the fire.
No, it was 2 different instances.
He said,
No.
man, 3 moons ago, ground fire, loud noise, gone. Woman, 2 moons ago, there. And then recently again, he was like, today, twice.
And he also said something about not making normal human noises.
Yeah, he said not making normal human noises because she was just, he said, there, tree, got up, made not normal human noises. Which tracks with what Mary had said about not being able to speak initially.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, but why'd you just have him shoot a crow, and now you're still listening to the crows?
I'm not listening to the crows anymore. It's been well over 10
That was
minutes.
an evil
But
crow.
that specific crow, I think it was under the control of the hag that is making that swamp look like a forest. Like it wasn't a real crow, or if it was a real crow, it was being controlled by the hag to spy on us.
If it
Well,
was
now
a
it's
real
nothing.
crow, it's beyond dead now.
And why are y'all going to meet with the Mafia?
Loose ends?
We're taking them out.
Honey.
You want to help?
I guess.
Jarvis, I have an idea.
What's the idea?
We can make a bomb,
Whoa.
and then one of your little friends can plant it while we're having that meeting, and then it can go off at some point during the meeting and kill a bunch of them.
Send it by mail to the Confederates.
Wow.
Oh,
That just went 0 to 100 right there.
Aaron would say, they tried doing that to Hitler.
and it didn't
Really?
work.
And it didn't work because the fucking table was too thick.
Yep.
Just
I mean-
mail them some envelopes with white powder in them.
Ricin, delicious.
What is rice?
I was going for anthrax, but yeah.
Yeah. I knew it was anthrax. Tastes a little bit like almonds.
That's
You know what else
that's
tastes
cyanide.
like almonds?
That's cyanide.
That's cyanide.
Cyanide! It's the Kingsman reference.
Oh yeah. When Rasputin was there, and he says, "You know what else tastes like almonds? Cyanide."
Cyanide!
Dude, that whole fucking scene was insane. I think it was just
that
as
was
insane as
godly.
the church scene from the first movie.
It was literally godly.
Oh shit!
It was
Anthrax
one
was
of the
known
greatest
about
things
in
I've
the
ever witnessed.
1700s.
Yeah, I definitely did my research.
I have an idea
Sips tea
to
casually.
go along with the bomb idea.
An anthrax bomb.
We make the bomb.
Time to make a bomb within
Anthrax.
this short time.
We make the bomb, and then we don't even need Jarvis's guys to move it in. I can just animate it and make it walk in and blow itself up.
Well, the thing is, we have to get
That's-
in there and place it at a spot that will take out most of them.
Okay, well, again, you're missing a crucial point. How do we make said bomb?
Pray that you're a genius.
I don't know. I thought you'd figure it out.
Hello?
Okay. You
Hey,
should
can we
say
dress up
that
the bomb in a
before
trench
making
coat?
such jumps.
I can summon a bomb. If that's what y'all want.
How long does it
No,
last?
no.
A few minutes. How long does it last?
Because I'm assuming you have performance of creation, right?
Are you asking that in or out of character?
Out of character. God damn it. I'm actually
Wow.
curious.
Performance of
Performance
creation lasts an
make
hour.
complex.
No, it lasts 4 hours.
4 hours.
Can performance of creation actually make complex explosives?
As long as it's within the
Oh.
cost figure.
No.
That's
I mean,
very...
I mean, we made a deagle. I don't.
That is true.
I would argue a deagle's more complex than a
The
bomb.
question is, how competent is Mary?
So,
knowledge of explosives?
if you're bomb, so if we're going off of
It's old school bombs because this isn't Aaron.
yeah, exactly. This is an Aaron, so it's going to be an old school
the
bomb.
circle with a fuse coming out of it.
Yeah. Bundles of TNT with the little timer on it, right? Yeah, I mean it's significantly less complicated than a fucking deagle, so yeah, you could do it. And I think those also have a gold price. I could tell you exactly how much.
Is
I
there a
love
way
the
you could make
idea
it so
of-
it
of a
is
bomb.
like easily hideable?
So listen.
I don't know that I've ever seen
my
anything
idea.
like that.
Ready?
Wait, there's
So
no
we're gonna-
cost for it? What the fuck?
No cost for
They're supposed
dynamite?
to
Hell.
Yeah, go on D&D Beyond. It just says cost. Blink.
Wait.
That's
Oh
because the
shit.
GM is supposed to make up the cost based on the setting.
Center, and then once I animate it, could you make it invisible? Holy shit!
Yes.
Oh, that would work.
100%.
Because it would be a
Holy
creature.
shit!
Oh wait. Couldn't they're expecting y'all there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not invited. Maybe I should be invisible?
I can make
Well,
you and the bomb invisible.
I mean, if Mary's
Alright.
carrying the bomb, she
Sound-
could just. If Mary can just go to where is good to plant it, and then plant it while she's invisible.
I can
Or I
cast.
could
I can
summon it while
cast. I can
I'm
cast
invisible.
Yeah, that's
invisibility
what I
at
mean.
higher level to make the bomb and her invisible.
Well, why don't we just bring the bomb in? I'll animate it somewhere like far away, and then we make it invisible, and then it just walks to somewhere like that has a lot of people, so it doesn't necessarily need to like, we don't need to have Mary plant it somewhere, because that would be
Bring
suspicious.
people up anyway.
That would be great. Well, I like that way of thinking. Completely inconspicuous. Can't even put the blame on us.
The bomb just walked itself over there.
Yeah. What are you
Bomb just
telling me? The
walked
bomb
right
walked
in.
itself? I love the idea of like the bomb in like a trench coat and being animated. Like, how do you do, fellow Mafia? And it just explodes.
Why are we blowing people up anyway?
We're taking out the bomb.
Yeah, but I mean, like, what did
Bunch of bad
what did
people
they
posing
do?
as good people doing
They're
bad
organized
things.
crime. They're probably responsible for hundreds of murders in the city, and the police can't do anything about it because they're the mob.
Does an organized crime keep away disorganized crime?
It's more
I mean,
organized.
you are right about that.
That is true, right?
But they're also like messing with organized justice because they've got their hands in the marshal's pocket.
Not only that,
So
they're
are we
making all
going
the
to blow
good
the
people
marshals
look
up
bad.
too?
No, not the marshals,
Well-
just the mob.
We hope we're getting the root of
But
this
they're
problem.
part of it, so by your logic, shouldn't they also be?
Well, we could walk 2 bombs into 2 places if we really want.
More bombs, the better. I can make at least 3 happen.
Can't
The
with
guy-
y'all right now.
The guys that are
Y'all
like
on the goop for real.
the guys that are doing all the damage in the marshals and making all the justice not happen as it should be are going to be at this dinner. So we reckon we hit this dinner, we won't need to go to the marshals.
Yeah, then we just mop up the survivors and let the union know what we've done.
Yeah.
If there's any survivors, it's nothing a second bomb can't solve.
How
Question.
far Walter has fallen?
They're committing acts of domestic terrorism.
Yeah.
Well,
Pretty much exactly.
you
what's
don't like committing acts of domestic
It's
terrorism?
for a good cause.
Don't you know domestic
You
terrorism?
know who
is
else said it was
opposite-
for a good cause?
Hitler. A number of other dictators.
Jarvis, I have an idea.
Masters,
We're
dude.
going to take a flying machine and fly it into these buildings.
I don't have time to make one.
Stop.
Middle Earth wizards hate him.
Fire.
How one man took down 2 towers with one simple trick.
All right.
Mary just looks horrified.
Do we really need to do frickin' domestic terrorism on these guys right now?
I mean, we don't have to,
There-
but
there-
it might make our job easier.
I'm
I
saying
mean-
there's also better things we could be doing.
Like
Well,
going in
what
there and
I'd
killing them
say-
by hand? Like I don't get the difference.
I mean, I could punch
Oh,
him if
wait,
you
we
want
were
me to,
supposed to keep
but
them alive.
Oh shit.
That's right.
you were
because
supposed to
we're-
arrest them.
That's right.
Oh.
You're trying to blow up people that you're supposed to keep alive.
Look,
Well, we put the cups on them after.
I was still dealing with the being. What's left of their corpse?
Sorry, I'm sorry. I fucking. I've been trying to hold it together, but
How about we put the explosive? Let's put a pin in that.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to beat them unconscious.
Like a grenade, we're going to put a pin in it.
Why don't we just put them to sleep?
You can. We'll do that.
I mean, we can
You
do
have
that
abilities
too,
to
but like,
make them asleep?
I mean, I can only. Really, the only way I can put someone to sleep is if I hit them over the head really hard.
Likewise. Well, actually, let me check my spells.
Also, what's a grenade?
I don't think grenades exist yet.
You're about 37
they
years
did.
too early.
no, yeah, we
Thank you.
already looked into this one. Primitive grenades existed, yeah.
Oh.
Matt,
Gives
I
you
love you, man.
days.
You had me fucking crying.
Yeah,
I love the bomb idea.
Just find two
It's just-
wrists and then cuff them together.
So we can slap the cuffs on him later. It's just. Oh, God.
Alright, well, all I can say is.
Primer.
All he can
No.
say is climber.
All I can say is climber. That's a D&D quote if I've ever heard one.
Quick, put it in quotes.
I have a better question. Does anyone even have the ability to make people fall asleep right now
Yes, if I close my eyes.
in the game?
I do.
Ability to make me fall asleep.
I mean,
Yes, if I close my
we can
eyes.
start off with that. Like once enough people are in the room, you can cast sleep, and that will put out hopefully a lot of them, and then we can deal with the ones that don't go to sleep.
Only if they close their eyes, though.
Who's casting sleep? Who's casting sleep?
Mary.
I can.
Alright then. You'll be at the forefront of that. We believe in you.
Although we probably should
Don't
have you
worry, you'll
invisible.
go in completely unnoticed, courteous of me.
If you think that the marshals are bad too, who are you doing this? Who are you arresting them
The
for?
Union.
Funsies.
Essentially the army.
We're
Okay.
just doing this on the recommendation of a priest, okay?
For
Looks
the
at the
greater
man in
good,
Not him.
robes.
they'll
Not
get
him.
closer to our
He
goal.
wasn't here when we got that suggestion.
We will destroy those Confederates.
Yeah, we could take a short rest. I could divvy out some quests.
We'll save the bomb
No.
idea for another time.
Yeah, it might come in
Yeah,
useful
also,
later.
who should lead the talking?
Don't everyone speak at once.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
I mean, Aaron would have been the one, but
Yeah, the real talker of the group is dead now.
I mean, I'm good in front of
Well,
crowds, but I don't
that-
know. I'm not supposed to be
you're
there.
still out on that.
Well, let me know whatever you guys decide, and then I'll say that you move along.
probably take a quick
Oh,
short
boy.
rest so I can divvy out some quests, and then
I'm not supposed to be there to begin with, so it's definitely not
I
me.
mean, Censor, you're persuasive, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I guess I am, right?
You're sorcerer.
Yeah,
It's like I've got a really high charisma score, but me, Dustin, the person, am not that persuasive.
yeah, no,
Reminds me
I
of
know
my
how to
character.
talk my way out of a situation or two. I had to do it on my run out of there before I got caught with those guys. The freaking the mercenaries that you met me with.
Right. Well,
boys.
if I talk to them, I believe I'm gonna fuck up my words.
I
Audrey?
hope I can hear everyone because sometimes there's like a swath of silence and I'm afraid that someone's talking like Anton did and I'm interrupting them.
Yeah, that was annoying.
Well, no one was talking at the point that you just said that, but Anton did say something
Gotcha.
just before that. Did you hear what he said? About not wanting to talk because he's afraid that he might fuck up his words. Did you hear Anton say that?
Yes, I did.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Just wanted to make sure because I'm
Sure.
hoping that we're not having the same problem as before. No, don't
Yeah.
worry. You'll get used to it,
It was the
Dustin.
second
Sometimes
time.
everybody is like getting ready to talk over, not talk over each other. All talk at once, and in the process of getting ready to do that, there's about like a whole minute's worth of silence.
Okay,
you're
good.
waiting for
Making
someone to
sure I'm
speak.
not going schizo over here.
Everybody's on the passive here. They're like, all right, is someone else going to talk? Should I talk?
Yeah.
May
Is someone
I,
else
I
going
don't
to
want
do
to
it?
talk
pull
over
out my
someone.
Bible?
I don't want to talk over someone.
You
Let's
know-
give it another 15
I
seconds,
don't
and
wanna
then
call Dustin.
somehow,
That again. Yeah.
you know what's
Exactly. I
wild
don't
though?
want to end up doing
Despite
that
the
again.
silence, somehow y'all do end up still talking over each other, which is hilarious.
Oh
May
hell yeah, man! That's what it's about. That's
I
the
will
name
No
of the
say
idea what
game.
you're
that is.
talking about.
I will say that is one of the disadvantages of playing via Discord.
Yeah, because we can't all see each other. You know, like if we were sitting at a table, then we could all just like individually view each
The
other,
amount
and then I
of
could make like kissy faces at
the
you guys
amount
to make
of
you uncomfortable.
body language
Yeah.
you guys are missing out, buddy.
Yeah, exactly.
May I pull out 2 of my books, please?
Pull out 2 of your books. Okay, what books are you pulling out?
My Bible and then the Book of Coulter.
Okay. All right. You pull out the Bible and the Book of Coulter. I imagine this is during the short rest that you guys are taking at
Yes.
Granny, so Walter can hand out kill quests.
Kill
Yes.
quest for Ed, escort quest for
Yep.
Ed, and a boring lore quest for Center.
So,
Again.
Marcus is going to scroll past the Gospels in the New Testament, and he's going to go read the underrated Acts of the Apostle.
Oh, of course, of course. I am
So,
very aware of all of the parts of the Bible from cover to cover.
yeah, very good.
Says the Bible.
So
AKA
he
Book of
gonna
New
be
Testament.
reading, and it's gonna be a daily thing now. He be pulling out his Bible, be looking in the New Testament. If he feels like
It's in
he's
a
down, then
devotional.
he's gonna go look in
Me and
Old
Censor
Testament.
make progress on the hat.
Yes.
Okay,
Perhaps.
cool. But he was still in the middle of telling me what he was doing with his Bible, so fuck you for that. But all right, sounds good.
Thank you.
Right?
Well, I'm not trying to be a dick. I know you're working on it, but he was
Personally.
still talking. So,
Yeah.
uh, so you're reading the Acts of the Apostles. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And then for the next part, he's gonna be continue reading the Book of Coulter.
Okay. All right. What part were you at with that? Or did I just give you like the general gist?
With the last part that you brought up was Avernus.
Right.
So that was
So
like the last part.
right. So it would have, just as a recap, spoke about how he had sort of like developed connections and contracts on the surface world and had like sort of slowly been growing to power, and that how like there had been some rivals here and there, um, and how at some point or another during what is written in the book here as the El Terrell incident, he had been trapped in Avernus for a number of years, but in like his human form. So the human form like aged, and he was eventually freed by a ragtag group, and he then began working with them to sort of like help them recover El Terrell and deal with the issue of Zariel. However, he was also secretly, at least the way how the book tells it, sort of manipulating them so that he could fill the power vacuum once Zariel had either been killed or dealt with in some other fashion. And how he had sort of set them on that path to collect a bunch of necessary things for him to forge something known as the Blade of Avernus. And yeah, we'll say that's about as far as you get for today.
Very good. He's gonna go to Walter. Hey Walter. Just wanted to catch up, see how you were doing.
Oh, good. Still getting used to the height change. I don't think I'll ever be quite as used to this. At least not for a while. There's been a few times when um, I go to reach for something on a shelf that I should be able to reach, but I just can't.
Hmm. Well, I feel like we haven't really talked since you've been brought back.
Well, yeah, you just kind of left. Not your fault. You had things to do, but and you couldn't have known that
Yeah,
you'd be replaced by someone.
so sorry. Um, yeah, I had no idea that we were all being watched. That's just a horrible situation. Um, I apologize for my behavior recently. I feel I haven't been myself, and I I'm just very confused at the moment.
Going through a personal
But
crisis.
I, yeah, I'd say so. It's tough wanting to keep going with my faith, but also trying to do other
Figure out
things.
who you
But
are.
I don't know who I am, Walter, if I'm being honest. But I know I care about this group a lot, and I do want to help people. And I think going forward, it's going to be a lot better. But the more and more I get these nightmares and these visions and people following me and trying to capture me, I'm starting to be very nervous about myself right now. Why do they want me?
I don't know, but I can help point you in a direction of who you are. You're whoever you might have been. Okay, that's your past. You might not know it, but it's not as important as who you currently are. What you do now and what you will choose to do is far more important than whatever you previously did.
Right.
Unless it's you're dealing with someone who holds a very tough grudge, then that's a problem. But other than that, it's more important to think towards the future than be stuck on the past.
I really appreciate that. Thank you. I don't. Maybe after all of this and we meet back up with Lane, it'll all be good again. I miss Lane a lot.
Yeah, he was an odd one. Although so was Aaron. Aaron was weird as well, but in a different way. They sort of reminded me of each other.
Right. You know, I just picked up a new spell that I've been meaning to try out.
Ooh, what is it?
Well, it's kind of like my sending spell, except I can actually see into people's perspective, I guess you could say.
I remember the professor mentioning different divination spells in the class. Scrying?
That's exactly what it is.
Okay, so you can spy on people.
Well, that's not what I intend to do with it. You know how we've been trying to reach out to Aaron?
Well, I mean, he's dead.
What if for one last hurrah I tried this on Aaron
I mean,
to confirm?
I don't. I don't think. No. Just. I don't think so. We've tried contacting him with sending. We've found his stuff. He'd never go without that.
Right.
Don't use. We're about to face off with the mob. Don't use such a high level spell. Just for that.
Okay. I will not do that then. Are you sure you're ready for all of this?
For what?
The mob.
I mean, going into situations they're not exactly completely prepared for, just so they can help people, is what heroes do. I'd make my cape billow, but I don't have it, so.
When we
As
go
you
back
say
inside-
that,
Oh.
there would be a knock on the door.
I should answer that.
Yeah, go for it.
Jarvis is currently aiming at the door.
Jarvis, what's wrong with you? Put that down!
No,
Uh,
I have real paranoia.
This is my
as
grandmother's house. You're not gonna point guns out the door at a supposed guest.
Give me a reason not to.
It's my grandmother's house.
Not good enough.
That's the reason. Either put it down or get out.
do we have guests?
Grandma,
You hear your
Granny.
grandmother from the kitchen.
Granny, I need you to.
Could you be a dear and get the door?
Granny, we're making bombs in here, okay?
We're not.
Oh, that sounds dangerous. Please be
We're
careful.
not. Jarvis.
We're trying to be cool.
Marcus, could you grab Jarvis and get him to put the gun down before I open the door?
Jarvis, maybe this isn't the right thing to do right now.
Are you fucking serious?
It's just a listen. If they were dangerous, they wouldn't have knocked.
Intimidation
He
tactic,
does have a
man.
very good point there.
Yeah, even Ed would be like,
Put
you
the
know,
gun
he
down.
does have a point. If they went to the effort of knocking, they probably wouldn't be here to kill us. They wouldn't let us know. They just do it real quiet like.
They probably would have knocked so hard the door caved in.
yeah, you'd say that, yeah.
What's the mag cannon on the table?
Thank you.
Alrighty. You would see the elven guy that is sent to guard the place. He would just be like, hey, right. I heard most of that conversation. I'm going to pretend like I didn't. You have a delivery?
Oh.
And he would just kind of step to the side and there would be a little kobold.
Oh.
And he has like quite a large package for his stature. And he would sort of like struggle and like lift it up towards you.
Walter will take it with ease.
And goes, boss says you're all paid up.
Walter will take out a gold and tip the courier.
He like gives it like a little bite and thank you, and then he tucks it into the thing and then immediately just kind of like scampers away.
Okay.
He kind of like waves over his shoulder.
Kobold.
He'll like kind of like screech to a halt and then turn around. Yes,
Do you have 5 minutes?
maybe,
He pulls out a gold coin. Do you have 10 minutes?
definitely.
All right. Granny Smith, do you have pen and paper somewhere?
Yes, we have parchment, quill, and ink. It's in the. Oh my God, what would be the word for it?
Study.
No. Like that specific like desk that has like the sliding thing that covers over the desk,
Letter
so you
drawer?
could just like.
Letter table?
Yeah, sure. In the letter table.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Help yourself. I'm gonna go back to guarding this place. By the way, just wanted to let you know that the little guy was here. I'll be on the roof if you need
I
me.
don't have to do this for much longer. We have our meeting today with them.
Okay, sounds good. You should definitely be careful. Those guys are dangerous.
Ooh, goggles of night.
So, remember that you have to arrest them? I heard some talk about bombs. That he just kind of like.
No. That was a that was a joke.
That was plan A.
Okay. he just kind of like shakes his head like, oh my God, what is? Who are these people? And then He just proceeds to sort of like climb back up onto the roof. You hear like a little creak up above at first, just like the initial creak of him getting up there, and then you hear like nothing else. You don't even hear the patter of feet. It's just dead silent.
Marcus, you mind if I quickly
All right.
borrow your gun?
Yeah, here you go.
Thank you. Walter will start cleaning his gun with a guns cleaner's kit.
Ah, yes.
Very good.
Oh, yeah, it's been a while since you've used that.
So he's gonna start writing on the piece of paper, and actually he's gonna have 2 letters.
Okay.
One is going to be addressed to the bishop in Austin,
Very good, Bishop Willow.
and then one is going to be to our good friend in Glacier Break.
Ah, the master of coin himself, Bjorn Thunderthighs Bannertorn.
Yes.
Thunder thighs.
Hey, Bean started it. I'm going with it.
So I'll type up the letters after the session, just for time's sake, obviously.
All
But
right, sounds good.
but he's gonna and he's gonna hand the letters to the kobold.
He'll look at like who they're addressed to. A rush order.
How long would it take if I didn't rush order it?
Couple week.
How long would it take if I rush order?
Couple day.
An hour, yeah, man. Okay. How much?
Same
How
minute
much?
delivery.
No rush, 15. Rush, 25.
Okay.
Plus shipping and handling, 35.
How about this? You get it there in under 3 hours.
Not passable.
You get it under 6 hours.
Not happening.
45 gold? You keep 10?
Look, me no magic. Can only go as fast as feet can carry. Even still, tunnels, earth that has been dug, easier to dig again. No tunnels stay for longer than time needed to take letter to and from. However, here to Glacier Break, done before. Easier. Still takes few days.
Fair. Okay.
Apologies.
Question of distance, not question of money.
Well, Austin's not too far from here, right?
It's very far.
About same.
Like literally.
Here to Glacier Break, here to Austin, about same. Either way, which one you want first, Austin or Glacier Break?
Glacier Break.
Okay, and then me go down to Austin, and then me go back here. Okay. Might stop in branch office in Austin. He just starts mumbling to himself in like Draconic.
He's mumbling to himself in Draconic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
boy.
Okay.
Oh shit, I have Lane's necklace. I forgot about
All
that.
right. I'm going to take.
35 gold.
Because Lane.
I hand him the
bequeathed it to you?
35 gold,
Okay.
and I tip him a gold coin.
Very well. He'll give that a little bite, shove it in his thing, and then he'll take the rest, count it out, and then he'll put it in a separate pouch. Okay, me go now. And then he just trots off.
Right, as the short rest comes to an end, Walter will just kind of stand in front of everyone, throw the cloak over his shoulder, and just go, "All right, let's go deal with the mob," and then the cape will billow.
Next time.
On Dragon Ball.
What do you mean? We have a whole hour!
What?
Yeah, it's 11, bro. We have a whole hour. I usually end at 12.
Welcome to the repeat of when this happened a month ago.
Wait,
Yeah, remember? He was like,
what was
guys,
even-
reminder.
What was even said?
No, he said, tune in next week, and I said, we have a whole hour.
Next week? Oh
right.
yeah, there is a session next week. Yep, there is.
Yeah, there would be a session next week.
Yes,
We leave Saturday morning,
this is true.
which means that I can't stay super late up for beach episode of Arena of Favor, but regardless, I will try to win. If by like 1 o'clock I somehow have not died, I think I'll just commit to it. But if I've died before then, I won't stick around. I'll just watch the VOD if there is one, and I'll
Yeah.
wish everyone the best of luck.
Same, because pack time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would have. I'll pack before then. I just want sleep so that I don't fall asleep on the journey. I have like this problem where if I fall asleep in the car, my jaw starts like fucking popping, and it's so annoying, and I hate it. And it's probably like low key TMJ, and I should probably go to a doctor, but it is what it is. Woke up with that this morning. It sucks. All right. So you guys are heading to the Mafia, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys proceed from La Granny Smith's. Oh my God! There goes Barry. And where did I say they were? I think I said they were over here. So, you guys make yourself, you make your way like sort of up to the same road as where the marshals are, and you remember them telling you to like kind of go down 2 blocks, make a right, and then like you'd see this big house, and you do see this very nice house, very typical of Italian architecture for the time. This sort of almost like a villa of sorts, pseudo slash like mansion. Lot of like big ground, open ground around it. They have like a garden and everything. It's a very nice place. Think what's a good example? Literally Angelo Bronte's place in Red Dead Redemption 2. Like a lot of property in a big house. And you guys end up approaching these gates, which have monogrammed on them a big ML. And you remember that the family, the crime family, their name is Lanza, and you remember them hearing that some of the names were all that cheese based. So you can assume that the M is for mozzarella, which was
Cheese based.
cheese based names.
Based.
Well, you guys met Parmesan or Parm. And you remember him talking about there being a pecorino and a mozzarella, so you think that the ML stands for mozzarella Lanza.
All right.
Turns
Did
out
we
it's
decide
actually Marble Jack.
who's doing the talking yet?
Center.
Giuseppe, look at Marcello.
I pushed Tom forward.
Who's Tom?
Who's
I mean
Tom?
Marcus.
Who the
Marcus.
hell is?
I thought we had said center.
Since I have the highest charisma.
Let's do it.
Oh,
Who has the highest charisma?
Center.
I
Well,
figure it's
Mary.
Yeah, I mean
but-
he is a sorcerer. Oh well, yeah, Aaron, but
she's not here. I mean, she is here, but she's going to be invisible.
by the way, if you're gonna do that, you should probably like do that now.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'm gonna
So are
pop
are
a-
we making?
I'm
We're
gonna
making
pop
the
a,
bomb live, right?
yeah, we're gonna make it live.
We're gonna do a live. So what's Mary doing?
No, yeah, I'm ready to do the invisible.
Oh, okay. So center, you cast invisibility on Mary.
Yeah. So like, freaking. So the bomb, is it also going to be made invisible? Like, is it going to be made alive
The
and then
bomb
invisible?
doesn't
no
exist
bomb.
yet.
Yeah, there is no
We're not
bomb. Nobody
bombing.
made a bomb.
We're not
Oh, I
doing the
thought
bomb
we did.
anymore.
Oopsie, my bad. All right, then yeah, I'm gonna go invisible. Does anyone else want to become
I
invisible?
mean, we're all
So I
supposed to
know
be
whether to cast it at a higher level or
No,
not.
just do it at base.
Let's do it at base. Alrighty. So
Okay.
cast upon the invisibility.
Very well. You watch as Mary quite literally disappears before your eyes. Those of you standing close enough, though, do still hear light breathing from that area.
Do we think we're going to be in and out within 10 minutes? Well, have 10 minutes before like we start sleeping people?
Sleeping people.
You guys have yet to see anyone come to the gate to get you, but the place is sort of like bustling with activity. You do see some people like walking around on the lawn and stuff.
I have a plan. I can help. you center.
How so?
I will cast Major Image and create an Italian halfling on his arm. A beautiful Italian woman halfling thing.
Ah, okay.
If you ever, I feel like they're gonna talk to you more. You know, you got an Italian on your arm.
What if they try to touch her?
Well, she'll just flinch.
Would they care that she flinches?
I don't know. I figured it might help you. These people are like family people. I don't know. Someone come up with a cheese name for her.
Cheddar.
Gorgonzola.
Gouda?
All right, she's cousin Gorgonzola Lanza.
Gorgonzola lands. Okay.
Say hi,
All right.
Gorgonzola. Hi, Gorgonzola.
All right. Also, you guys notice that there's like sort of like a little box with like a button on it for you to press.
So, I have a question for you, Dylan.
Yep.
Could I then use Major Image to assist if he's making like a persuasion check or a deception check?
You know what? Sure.
Yeah.
What do you? Is sure really like something you had to think about because Gorgonzola? What was it? Gorgonzola.
Lanza.
Gorgonzola
Lanza, yeah.
immediately just might as well have just charmed the whole freaking board over there.
She's quite the buxom wench, so to speak. Of halfling variety, obviously.
Halfling variety.
Alright. But yes, you see this sort of like little box on a stand, and the box has actually I'm sorry, it wouldn't have a button. It has a stone. And there's like a little note inside of the box that just says, "Pick me up and state your business."
Oh
I guess.
crap!
Wow.
Do I just say that we're here for
Yeah,
a
tell
meeting?
them the spirit chasers are here for the meeting.
All right, pick up the box. What do you do? The spirit chasers, we're here for the meeting, as requested.
Okay, there will be like a brief pause, and then you'll hear from the other end. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I will be there shortly to let you in. Please remain at the gate if you would.
And do.
Alrighty. And about 5 minutes later, you would see what appears to be a gnome of quite a rather young age. He's also sort of like wearing a tux, and he has his hair slicked back, but he doesn't have like that Italian look to him. And he'll open up the gates for you, and he's like, okay, spirit chasers, right? He just sort of like starts like doing like a quick head count. And there's one too many of you. Who is the madame?
What were you referring to?
The
Yeah,
halfling.
what-
Yeah, the Italian halfling.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, the Italian halfling.
Gorgonzola
Crap.
Lanza.
Yeah. Oh, it's Gorgonzola Lanza. I don't know.
Bows.
Oh, she bows. Okay. Gorgonzola. Oh, you must be a member of the family. I'm so sorry. How rude of me. Well, come along, please, please, please. I'm so sorry, lady. Ma'am, he would say sorry, not lady. And then he'll sort of just start leading you guys towards the mansion, so to speak.
Follow.
Alrighty.
I follow invisibly.
Very
Yeah.
well, you follow invisibly. You would notice.
Yeah, in French.
While we're entering and going about, is anyone keeping an eye on us?
So there seems to be sort of like you saw like a couple like people here and there, but as you're sort of like led around the back of the house, there seems to be like a little bit of a garden party going on. There's a couple of like people here and there, like guests are being entertained and stuff, but you don't recognize, like, you don't see Parm or uh oh, excuse me, sorry, anybody that like you were specifically told to keep an eye out for. Um, but yeah, so like this little garden party's going on, and then like the gnome guy will end up like leading you into the building. And yeah, you do see like a few guys. They do give you like a what's the term for it? They give you an ocular pat down as like you're going to enter the building. There's a couple of dudes that they're humans. Same sort of like, Italian look and vibe to them. The slick back hair. You think they put like the pomade in it and given it a nice comb back, and they're just kind of like standing there with I guess the best way to describe it is the equivalent of early sunglasses, just glasses that have this sort of like charcoal smokiness to them, but it's not like they're wearing like aviators or
So like
anything like
Cerberus
that.
glasses, only without the magic.
Essentially, yes. And they're just kind of like wearing that and standing there, just trying to look like big and intimidating. A lot of them seem to have like more muscular physiques. However, they're nowhere near as like muscular or big as Ed. So a lot of them just kind of like, you almost see like these looks of jealousy from them. Like, oh fuck, I wish I was as fucking like jacked as this dude.
Ed kind of like lifts his head and kind of looks down at them.
Yeah, a couple of them like look up at him with disdain, but then a few others just kind of like give him approving nods, like like the male
The
nod.
ones that nod at him, he'll nod it back slowly, with like his arms crossed.
Amazing.
Oh crap! I just realized something. I messed up. I could have cast extended spell on my invisibility.
Make it last
Oh, you
2
could have.
hours.
I
it's
think
already
it would have lasted 24.
Yeah, you could have.
I'll be that
So
girl with
you
the
end
cape,
up.
put my hands on my hips and make the cape pillow.
Yeah, a few of them look at you. You get like one guy that like gives you a nod because like he likes the billowing cape. But for the most part, yeah, you guys are just sort of like getting like these ocular pad. But you do end up making your way into this mansion of sorts. I guess villa is a better word. Yeah, villa. And you sort of like get led first like through because you're coming in like through the back area, so you kind of like you come in through like almost like a pantry area and then into the kitchen, and you smell a lot of like really delicious and flavorful smells. Like they're cooking like a big Italian feast in here. They got the gravy going because they don't actually call it sauce in Italy. I didn't know that, but I guess I'm uncultured. But they got a big old pot full of gravy going. They got like some meatballs, sausage. They got all sorts of pasta dishes, anti-pasta dishes. They got it's stacked. There's cheeses, good bread, freshly baked bread, mind you. It's a very big kitchen. All the smells are sort of like culminating together. You get a lot of like that, a lot of like oregano and oh my god, what's the other one? Like garlic and like a little bit of like almost like a red pepper smell. Sort of like have all that like wafting in, and
Rosemary.
a little rosemary, a little thyme. It's very. There's a lot of smells, but none of them are unpleasant. It's all just very. Yes, very good. And you end up getting led sort of like towards the front of the house into the foyer, and then they sort of like lead you instead of upstairs because there's like this like double like grand staircase heading upstairs. There's right behind it another set of stairs going down towards like a basement, and they sort of the guy sort of the gnome, sorry, brings you down into this like almost like a basement, not really a foyer but more like a waiting room. And then he's just like, very very shortly, he's like, those doors on your right will open, head on in. I would suggest, and I mean no offense with this, try not to speak out of turn. The boss gets upset when people interrupt him. But today is an occasion, so I imagine once you guys have.
I hate that. God damn it, Dylan. Of course it is.
What?
You come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding.
Fuck you.
Gorgonzola's getting married.
You didn't see a bride, but there was definitely a party of sorts going on, a celebration.
Of my son's wedding.
You come to me on the day of my daughter's 16th birthday, her quinceañera.
Fucking quinceañera Giuseppe.
Giuseppe! So you find yourselves in this little waiting area. There's a number of like love seats, couple of chairs. They're all very like they're leather chairs, but they're soft. And there's like a little low coffee table sort of in the middle of like this like U shape of different seating. And on it you see there's like in the center this sort of like you think it's decorative at first, and then you realize like it's not. There's like a big sort of like bowl of like fruits that you could like grab from, and then immediately to like the left of that, there's like a big pitcher of what seems to be wine and a bunch of glasses, and then to the right of that, there's like water and a bunch of glasses.
All right.
The day of my
Just
daughter's
going
wedding.
to provide verbal assistance when needed, and I'm going to shut up.
All right. So if nobody partakes of anything, nobody does anything.
Wait, well, the food?
hors d'oeuvre tray, if there is one.
Very well, sure. Yeah, there's a couple of hors d'oeuvre trays as well. I'll say.
You'll take.
I will say Jarvis. Oh, sorry. Go.
Yeah, I'll take some.
It's like there's like an antipasta tray, and then there's like some more like I guess like white people stuff. Like there's some deviled
White
eggs.
people
And,
stuff.
yeah, you know, deviled eggs and like non.
Oh my god, is that potato salad and coleslaw?
Basically, that yeah, but no, because I don't know if I feel like potato salad might have been no, because mayo wasn't even like around yet. I don't think.
No way to properly refrigerate.
Hold on.
No, they couldn't have been. There's no way mayo was around with no refrigeration.
Mayo invented in 1756.
Get absolutely
Okay.
ruined.
It was a victory feast that included a sauce made of
You
cream
think
and
the mob
eggs.
can't keep things fresh?
First prepared by
You
a
know what?
French
You're right. You're right.
chef.
Alright,
On
fine,
an
there's
island?
And it came to the United States in 1838.
Now we just need to find the egg salad.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dylan, I have bad news. Mayo's considered French cuisine.
Okay.
no.
So then there's no white people food. It's just like antipasta trays and stuff like that. And I guess you know what? Because you guys are on the bay. No seafood. So there would be baked clams, shrimp, and whatever else.
No lobster. That's considered garbage food.
Yeah, no lobster. Maybe crab legs. I don't know, but probably not.
Yeah,
Crap.
lobster was considered cruel and unusual punishment to serve to the inmates at Alcatraz.
Really?
It's the
because
rat of the sea.
Yeah, it was the rat of the sea back then.
Sea rat and lobster.
Jarvis will taking a deep breath, smelling in all the smells, and in German he will say, "Italian food," and we'll take a plate and start plating up.
All right. So I'll
Italian
say
food.
you guys are only really in this waiting area for like at most about 15 minutes before
Gorgonzola
finally.
leaves.
Would it be done already?
Yeah. Bye, Gorgonzola. Go mingle.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't realize.
10 minutes.
Oh
Bye,
no!
Gorgonzola.
I'm so sorry.
Wait, what happened?
It's okay.
The major image would have faded. I thought it lasted for longer because it wasn't minor image. I'm so sorry.
At 6th level, at a 6th level spell, it's unlimited. But
Oh, if you upcasted it?
yeah, but I don't have a 6th level spell. It's not. One
Yeah,
day.
but they can do quite a bit just as a fictitious thing.
Alright, so I'll say that the
Can't
doors.
help anyone with my meta magic extended spell, right?
I don't
No,
think
think
you
it's
can
personal.
extend other. Yeah, it's only personal. You can't extend other people's spells.
Gotcha.
So I'll say the doors open up to you, and someone will like sort of like direct you to head on in. And I will move you over. You can all place your tokens like around over here.
Huh. I'm getting some Okay, I need to go stab Marcus now.
For
You
what?
need to go stab Marcus.
You know damn well why.
What did Marcus do?
What the Marcus
Last time we
doing?
were at a fancy dinner with a table.
That wasn't Marcus.
We got
Marcus.
that guy. And you got that guy.
That was Farkas.
And you got that guy.
Culminated
Alright.
on the day of my father's wedding.
Alright, so who do we got? We got Center, we got Walter, we got Ed, we got Bruce.
Nobody tell him Gorgonzola died.
I need okay, good. We got Marcus.
Why did you get so angry when I said
Zed.
that, Dylan?
Jarvis. And obviously you'd have your companions.
Answer me, bitch.
What
I
did
said,
I get
why
so
did you get so angry when I said that?
What? Oh, about the whole is
come to
there
me in the day of my daughter's wedding.
because fuck you, that's
She
why.
didn't like being called out.
Yeah, I don't like being called out. I read Gorgonzola episode 59 to episode 59. That's amazing. I love that. All right. So as you all sort of like file in and you're indicated to sit down and you sit down, you see sitting over here, obviously. What is it? Shivzi. You got Parmesan.
Gabagool!
Parmesan, also known as Parm Lanza. You would have heard of the other two. This one over here is hold on, I gotta make sure I'm reading it right. This is Pecorino, also known as Reno Lanza, and of course Mozzarella Lanza, also known as Mutz.
And don't forget about his sick cousin, Garlic. But everyone calls him Gar.
And this is nope. And this guy over here is the marshal that swore the two of you in. This is the guy that's like always there at the marshal place. These two seem to be like higher ranking marshals. Hold on, let me ping. Over here you see brother Tony, which I couldn't get a picture for him last minute. So it's brother Tony from the Church of the Reckoning. And and they're all just kind of sitting there, and after like a couple of words, as you guys like begin to sit down and everything, everybody will get real quiet, like a hushful all over the room. And Mozzarella will sort of like look to each of you individually and like look you up and down till eventually he sort of like settles on Bruce and he goes, okay, so from my understanding, you were the individuals who helped my dear son Parmesan in investigating these foreigners at the docks. Is that correct?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
we did.
We did a good job on that.
Okay, and then I'll like look over towards center. I would agree with you. I think you did a very good job. I heard through the grapevine that some of these individuals might have followed you and that you dispatched swift justice upon them so that they're no longer an issue for us to have to deal with. Capiche?
Of course. Did everything in our power to do so. I don't think you'll be
Good.
having any kind of problems with them anytime soon.
Oh, I'm not so sure about that, but I think you did a little something worth some recognition. A little bit more recognition than just a couple of you being sworn into the marshals. So, I think perhaps we can arrange for a gift of sorts to be donated to your little group known as the Spirit Chasers, is it?
Yep, double pun.
Okay, okay, I like that. I like that. I'm an appreciator of comedy. So, here's what I think. And then you hear like a, and then he sort of like stops, and you see this incredibly, like, at first, this guy just looked very calm, relaxed. You see anger, like pure anger, just kind of flash up in his face, and he looks over towards Parmesan. He's just like, "Oh, my son. Oh, sometimes if only you weren't my only, well, my second born." And then he goes, "Listen, Dad, Father. These guys, I won't deny, they did a good thing. They helped us out, but I think there's something else that we need to address here. And what would that be, my son? See, these individuals here, while they helped us out, it would seem that they were playing both sides, so to speak. You see, I have it on good faith from one of my informants that these guys were seen going to the Union Fort and that they had a meeting. So I think it's about time that they explain themselves, especially since they're guests of yours. They'd be doing you a great insult if they tried to play you for the fool." "Ah, I see. Okay. All right. You make a good point, son." He looks towards all of you. "So, is what my son says true? Were you in fact meeting with individuals at the Union base?"
We did, but it wasn't about you. We were discussing a incident in Austin.
I see. I'm gonna need you to make a deception check on that.
I will roll that
Grit my teeth.
from Len's necklace.
Okay. You do technically have an inspiration for
And I
playing it.
do. I'll use that.
Okay.
It's +3 on that, so.
It's an 18.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Hold on. I see. And if you don't mind my asking, what was this incident in Austin that required you speaking to these types from the army?
Well, the Confederates attacked Austin, so we were just sort of spreading the word because some things don't exactly travel out this far west that quickly.
I see. As a matter of fact, I think I heard of that. Ain't that right, Pecorino? And he looks over at Pecorino and he just goes, Yeah, you're right about that, Pops. There was a runner not too long ago out from Austin where he said something about the boys in gray attacking over there. It tracks. I mean, hey, look, I know that you're suspicious of everyone, Palm, but I think these guys ain't dirty rats like you think that they are. I mean, they've only done us nothing but favors this far. If they were up to more suspicious means, there'd be more evidence than them just simply going to talk to the boys in blue. Exactly, Palm. There's nothing to worry about. If you say so, Dad, if you say so, but I don't know. Something about him. Ever since I first met him. He looks over at Jarvis. Something about that one over there ain't right, especially. Look at him. It looks funny. And I think he's a German, too.
Well,
Ooh.
all right then. If you want at least some clarity, arms are made of metal.
That ain't
And
what
you
I'm
got.
talking about, but all right.
Oh, okay. I was gonna offer a nice thing. If any of you guys are missing any limbs, I could help them out.
I mean, your eyes are kind of weird, Jarvis.
Hey, that is from a traumatic incident from my childhood.
Yeah, see, he looks like the kind of guy that seems like he's seen some things. I don't know.
I think nearly all of us here have had a traumatic incident or two.
Is that so?
I died.
Yeah, okay. Well, my condolences.
Really appreciate it.
All right, look,
Your words do mean a lot.
let's say we trust you, right? And he kind of like looks over towards Pecorino and Mozzarella. This is Parm, by the way. Let's say we trust you, right? And I know that my father here, he wants to offer you a greater reward, something befitting of the favor that you've done for us thus far. But see, I personally don't think that's enough. We got a lot of problems to deal with around here. There's a lot of issues. See, I don't know where you personally sit in terms of your opinions of things, but sometimes people in this city, they don't talk well of the Lanza family, all right? But you know what? What we do here, we do for good reason. If it weren't for us, those boys in gray would have been all the way out here by now. If it weren't for us, you'd have to be dealing with a bunch of Machina's goons. That's why the railroads haven't even been built out here yet. All right. If it weren't for us, you'd have to be dealing with the scumbags that come from the Badlands. We're the people that keep order in this city. All right. Sure, the marshals are just the face of it all, but what?
What did you mean by machina?
Look, everywhere that guy goes, he industrializes everything. You think that that's good? Sure. At first, more jobs, big factories, bring in a bunch of tourists. Oh, look, there's money. But they do shit, all right? You think that we're bad, those fuckers play both sides 100%. All right? It's bad enough we have to deal with the boys in blue here breathing down our backs. But you know what? I'd rather deal with them any day. At least Lincoln understands order.
I've my father's smithing business back home. They've attempted a few times to get control of it, as we're unique on the eastern coast, employing dwarven smithing techniques.
Mm. Well, I imagine that that would be a very useful asset for the Union to have access to, considering that they have no legitimate ties to Glacier Break. Those dwarves, they make a mean weapon. He kind of like looks at you and he's like, "Your kin, they do phenomenal work."
Oh, I'm human. I'm just a dwarf because I died and I was reincarnated into a dwarf. I was born human.
Mm. Mozzarella will just be like, "Back in the old days, before I came here, I had heard of such things happening in the place that I'm from. So it's not completely uncommon," as he sort of like looks to his sons to reassure them. So listen, here's what I think. If you guys want to get something serious, and I'm talking about a serious reward here, my father was thinking about throwing you some gold or something that you could use in your travels. You want to make some real money? You want to make a real difference, so to speak? Help us deal with the rest of these fools from the Asias, all right? These Yakuza. Sure, you might think that we're the bad guys, but I'm going to tell you something right now. We're the lesser of two evils. At least we don't peddle drugs to people. Those fuckers, they'd have half the people here looped out of their mind, all right?
I really want to say that Witcher line right now, but I'm not.
If I have to choose between two evils, I'd rather not pick at all.
No,
This
the full line is
lesser, greater, middling, evil's evil, strike a ball. If I have a choice between the lesser or greater evil, I'd rather not choose at all. Yeah.
also Jarvis wouldn't say that because he's neutral.
You have any idea what they're going to be doing or what you're going to need us for there? With what you're expecting us to deal with?
Listen, these yokai, as they like to call themselves, beyond them peddling poison to the fair people of this city, I don't know what the rest of their plans are. They're an unknown here. At least we can monitor the boys in blue and make sure they don't, overstep their bounds. And we keep all the rest out, all the rest of the rabble, the Johnny Rebs, the, interlopers from the Badlands Machina. But if you don't want to see the people of this city suffer, help us and we'll help you. I can assure you, if money's not what you're after, we could provide assistance in other forms. We happened to hear recently that a friend of yours might have disappeared. We could assist in finding him.
That's not
Ooh.
necessary at this time anymore.
He's dead.
He has gone through the greatest of changes in life.
I'm sorry to hear that. That's very unfortunate. But the offer still stands. We can help you in all different sorts of ways. Look, we're good to people that are loyal to us. So what do you say?
If I may speak, as I look to the group, anyone like saying no? No, driver, shut the fuck up. No looks like that.
Nope.
Alright. We are currently not going to be staying very long in this area. We are actually going to be traveling through the Badlands to Austin and heading north to uh not Shatter Peak,
Glacier Break.
Glacier Break. Thank you. To Glacier Break to deal with some issues we've been requested to assist with by some friends of ours.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to. Even if we do anything, we won't be able to do anything in the long run. We got a lot of places to be.
Yeah. So saying yes or no, it's kind of a moot point. We're not going to even be here to being assisting much.
Well, I see. And I appreciate your candor. If that's the case, if you're truly unable to undertake this endeavor for us, at the very least, allow me to pay you what I feel is owed to you for what you've done thus far. And then, if you decide to, please enjoy yourself at the festivities. It's my daughter's 16th birthday.
The Italian quinceanera. What do you call that? I don't even know.
Quinceañero.
Quinceanera.
Itziniera.
What would it be called? I'm curious.
The Italianera.
I believe
Quinceañera.
Marcello.
You said
I'm correct,
16.
it's only in Mexico where quinceañeras were really a thing.
Oh, it's a sweet 18 instead of a sweet 16.
It's a
Yeah.
Sedici.
Huh? Okay, good night, Dad. What's it called?
Well, 16 in Italian is Sedici.
Sedici. Okay. It's my daughter's Sedici birthday. All right, so you could go and enjoy yourselves. He just kind of like indicates to these two guys on his left, and they'll kind of like step around over towards the group, and they'll begin sort of just like until they meet in the middle, handing each of you a pouch that seems to have a hefty sum of gold in it.
Actually, I have a poem before we do anything. I have a poem for you, Mister.
God.
Poem.
Yeah, I've got a poem for you.
I see. Okay.
I'd like you to pay attention to every third word of this poem.
Is
Your
this like one
daughter,
of those
Mary,
puzzles?
what you use? Does she sleep? Go sleep now.
Okay. I thought this was going good.
Oh fuck!
Your
Did we get
dilemma.
the money first?
That's a
Does
yeah,
anyone else in the
seriously.
group
I
do
would
any other
say
reactions
We were handing
besides
the
him?
money.
That's a
so. I
quite a
would say
carry-on
that these guys have like trays, and it seems like this dude over here has like enough for 3 of you, and then this dude over here has enough for 3 of you, and he's only just each of them is like Center and Jarvis. So
I grabbed mine.
okay, so he would have just like
Mighty
started to
odd poem.
move towards Marcus. All right, so you say the poem. Mary, what are you doing?
Oh my god.
Just casting sleep as high as
So
she can.
centered here, which gets these 4.
Oh, no.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to cast sleep at 5th level.
Okay.
Well, I asked if anyone in the party was doing any other motions to stop me, and no one was. No one answered.
Well,
So
we can't really stop you if you're invisible.
Yeah, that's true. You are invisible.
Yeah, we have
but I said
no clue what the
motions,
hell you're
like
doing.
just say not to do it because he
I
blatantly said what's gonna
I'm
happen.
cool with
May
it.
I, please?
Walter's a loyal patriot of the Union.
Okay, what would you like to be doing, Jarvis?
As you were saying that poem, I will say maybe that is not the best way to represent our host.
Okay.
That's a
So
really odd underlying meaning.
is Mary still doing it regardless of that? I need to know.
I'm gonna flip a coin.
Tell me, baby girl, 'cause I need to know. I need to know. I need
1 is
to
past
know.
it. 2 is Jarvis got her to stop.
Okay.
Let's
It's
go!
casting.
It's casting
We're
time.
casting. Oh my god.
These
Let's
4.
go.
Sleep.
Okay.
Let's do it.
5th level.
5th level.
Oh my god.
So that's 59 HP worth. And
Okay.
it starts with the creature with the
Lowest.
lowest of those 4, lowest of them with current hit points.
Okay. Mats is out.
And then so subtract
And
his health from 59 and see if it does any of the others.
59
Also, Mary's visible now.
and 59. Holy shit.
This is
Oh,
true.
All right.
crap.
This marshal is sleepy time.
There's no way it
As,
gets 3 of them.
as both of them just sort of knock out. These 2 are still awake, and obviously these guys over here are still good. Where would Mary be appearing? Oh, you're down there.
I had her already.
Oh, okay.
I just
So
took them
basically, at
back.
that point, Parmesan would just kind of leap up and go, "I knew they were rats. Ice them!" And
Ed doesn't even stand
What he
up.
says
just
that-
goes
Oh,
big.
she'd have to be there.
okay.
Oh no,
At-
no, because it's the point. Yeah, it works. Sorry.
Okay. So at that point,
I hope you know we're running out of here. And out
I
of
need before I have you roll initiative, I need all of you except for Mary to roll dexterity saving throws.
What?
The DC is 15.
Oh god. Holy crap.
Hey, you just made it.
Okay.
Nice. Bruce made it.
Oh,
And
nice.
here's
Walter
Ed.
made it.
Not
Nice.
an advantage, but the first was 17.
Marcus
Oh.
What's the
fails.
Oh,
DC?
Marcus.
What's the DC?
Oh,
15.
Ed and Walter make it.
Oh. Fuck.
Yeah, Jarvis, do you have another knowledge of a past life?
No, it doesn't
I
work on
don't, but I
saving
flash
throws.
genius.
only ability
But I
checks.
need to check for flash of genius.
Think you have what? Do you have 3 or
I
2
have
of
two
those
left.
left? You
I
have
have
2
two
left.
I think
And
we
I'm
have
trying
a
to. I'm
magic
checking
item.
something in the description of it.
Oh, to see if it applies to saving throws. Does it apply to saving throws?
It does. It does. You are another creature that makes an ability check. They're saying the action. Do I know what's happening? Why
So-
would it be dex saves? I should ask.
So okay, so you would hear at that moment once he said they're rats. Isom, the walls over to your left. So if you could see on the map here, it kind of looks like there's 2 curtains with like lights behind them. Both of those would drop, revealing. Hold on.
Oh my god!
So
Oh, no.
basically, they would just start winding, and then the fucking Gatling gun.
Yeah, flash of genius on myself.
Okay. Alrighty. So that would make it what? What would that make it? It's definitely over 50, so you would
14
succeed.
plus 5.
Okay. 14 plus 5, so 19. Okay,
Do
why is it?
the
What the fuck?
familiars need to make the save?
Oh, yeah, you gotta roll it for Zeus and Helfrin.
Okay.
The
You just.
Oh,
we just
I
got
also
12
have to
11.
roll for those guys that are there. Yeah, hold on.
can Ed expand while as they go unconscious?
No, only because we hadn't.
Okay,
Let me
no
roll for these
obvious.
2
Okay,
guys.
okay.
Helfreen will
Okay.
take half damage as they have evasion.
Okay. Right. Okay. So I don't know why it rolled a 15 because it's not supposed to roll. It's
It's just
but
just roll damage on it.
there you go. Oh, okay. It didn't. Let me
And
roll
you rolled a
5d8.
fucking 12.
D8. 5d8.
Did roll 5d8?
Yeah, it's the 27.
Oh, it did. Okay, 27. All right. So those of you that succeeded, you take half, which is 13. Those of you that failed, you take 27 piercing damages.
Helfreen is out.
Alrighty. So at
Because
that
you don't
point,
have
Holy
Helfreen
crap!
to
Everyone, get down.
roll initiative.
Walter and Ed take 7?
That's where I heal my health.
Uh,
Yeah, can you repeat the damage again, please? Sorry.
the
I got-
damage is 27. So if you failed, you take 27. If you succeeded, you take half.
Okay.
You said
Which is
10 hit
13.
Ed
points
and
right now.
Walter have resistance
Wait,
Oh,
hold
you
on.
guys.
Oh,
because
I
of
forgot to increase his
Ward of the
health.
Bond.
Oh, okay.
I forgot to increase Zeus's health.
That didn't. That should have added 2. That should be a 22. Because I have a 2 bonus initiative. My sheet's broken.
Do I round down
That's
or do I round
the
up?
Marshall. Do you round down or round up for?
Huh?
Oh, it would be 6.
Okay.
Okay, I need to increase Zeus's health by 5.
Here's the priest, the marshal. I'm gonna roll for Parmigiano. Why is that in GM? Edit. No. Oh, cool. That broke the sheet. Awesome.
Helfreen actually might still be up.
And
I need to double check the Warlock Pact of the Talisman.
Wow, I finally got an initiative that didn't utterly shaft me.
don't know whether some of those are rolling to GM when I don't have them set to GM, but we'll figure it out. And these
I'll
guys.
add a D4 to that because I can.
Okay.
Uh,
What are you adding a D4 to?
to my initiative, which makes it.
Oh, okay. What would it be?
11.12.
11.12. Okay, and Mary's is what, a 24 instead of a 22?
No, it's the I fixed it. It's 22.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. Who hasn't rolled?
Hold on.
Me.
No, I still lose health rain. I haven't rolled yet.
All right, everybody roll. We're 4 minutes too, so I'm basically just gonna have you roll, and we'll pick up with the combat next session. But I'm not calling it. Well, actually, no. Yeah, I'll just call it now with that. I gotta pee real quick. I'll be right back.
How much gold did I grab, by the way?
He just left.
He just
Just
has to
left.
be right back.
Literally just left.
Yeah, let's open this one before you fully left. You think that was the best option?
Bruce saw you guys
No.
taking money from the Mafia, so I don't know. I
No,
don't know.
Mary liked this guy's argument.
Walter's a
but now the
Union
game-
patriot, so. And he's a good guy. He's not siding with the evil mob.
What has shown them to be evil?
They're criminals.
Why are they criminals?
They're criminals.
They're criminals.
Because the union that he's loyal to said so.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I don't know if you know this, but Walter is a naive 18-year-old kid from Maine.
Didn't know how old he was.
He's only 18. He was recently 18 at the start of the campaign.
Jarvis is 27.
He's a bit different from Gabe, who was in his 40s.
Mary is 25.
All right, I'm back.
Since we're ending it here, how much gold did I get?
The pouches have about. Hold on, I had this written somewhere. Let me check. 200 gold apiece.
Okay.
All right, so we have Mary, Bruce, Center, Jarvis, Ed, Walter, Marcus. That's everybody. Okay, all right, so you've all rolled initiative. Yeah, all right. So that's pretty much, that's it, and I'll just say that I'll call it there. Just as the curtains dramatically drop and the Gatling gun is revealed as they attempt to shoot at you guys, hitting some of you critically, well, not critically, but hitting you some
taking
for
out
more
Hellfreen.
damage than others. Taking out Hellfreen. And yeah.
I will say, Gatling gun might be a bit overkill. I was expecting just a line of riflemen.
Well, they do have to use an
no,
action
they
to
do
reload
have,
it.
They do have a lot of money and, investment.
Yeah, I mean, they paid you
The mob
200
never
gold
goes
apiece.
half-assed.
Yeah, bro, it's the Mafia. You're literally in their headquarters. What did you think was
did you-
gonna happen?
Did you not see the amount of goodies they were about to give us? This is like probably pocket change.
We found this
And
stuff under the couch
Gatling gun is
cushions. We thought you could dig.
exactly. There's no way that a Gatling gun is gonna be overkill for them. If anything, it's a bit weak for them.
Yeah, I was expecting 2
Would you
Gatling
want-
guns.
Get Vault 11.
What could be worse than a Gatling
See,
gun?
you know what's hilarious? I was
Gatling
gonna do 2, but I thought that might be too much.
And so far, it's proven it could have been.
I could have put another one over here to catch you guys in the crossfire.
But then they would have shot
Yes, maybe.
themselves.
Yeah, they would have shot each other. We were-
Would that have been worse? Cannon.
See, yes, but no, because the cannon is AOE, so it would have to have been precisely aimed at
Right.
each of you.
But Dylan, hear me out. A cannon loaded with grape shot.
I have to resort to
Oh.
behind the curtain loaded with grape shots. Tally-ho, lads.
Tally-ho! I proceed to the top of the stairs where I shoot my cannon loaded with grape shot. Take that, you jackanapes!
That was fun.
I affix a bayonet
Walter
to my
is-
musket. Sorry,
Okay.
go on.
Aaron is definitely a woman now.
This is not true.
Oh, it's just
This
Mary.
is-
They're not the same person.
I am me.
They are. Until disproven otherwise, they're the same.
That's not how that works.
That's guilty until proven innocent, and for that you get to hang.
Tally ho.
Jarvis is the ultimate on the
Hold
spot
on.
fanfiction
Earn a
writer.
musket for home defense, since
Wait.
that's what the founding fathers intended. 4 ruffians break into my house. What the devil? As I grab my powdered wig and Kentucky rifle, blow a golf ball-sized hole through the first man. He's dead on the spot. Draw my pistol on the second man. Miss him entirely because it's smoothbore and nails the neighbor's dog. I have to resort to the cannon mounted at the top of the stairs, loaded with grape shot. Tally ho, lads! The grape shot shreds 2 men in the blast. The sound and extra shrapnel set off car alarms. Fix bayonet and charge the last terrified rapscallion. He bleeds out, waiting on the police to arrive, since triangular bayonet wounds are impossible to stitch up, just as the founding fathers intended.
Also, who renamed me?
Who renamed you to what?
Finally noticed.
It's been nuts.
in the
It took so
background.
long
dun,
to
dun,
That's so
Oh, from Greenwich to Redlich?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Check the audit log.
Check the audit log.
Yeah, check the
All I
audit
know
log.
is, I need to go to bed.